Hello everyone, John with Fun to Be Free coming to you live from Disney's Animal Kingdom. Let's go! Welcome to fabulous Central Florida. Like I just said, John with Fun to Be Free coming to you live from Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park. With today's video topic, you want to stay tuned for this. In just a few moments, I'm going to bring you the breaking news. We are currently in the Oasis here. Let me swing around towards the main entrance, the main gate. We'll take a quick look at that. Take a peek-see at the attendance here at Disney's Animal Kingdom right now. Hold on just a second and I'll also check the chat. So you're now looking at the guest entrance here. Over on the opposite side, over to the right-hand side that is. There's the exit. It looks a little comfortable here near the main gate at the Oasis. And let me check the chat here in just a few moments before we jump into the breaking news. Oh, and Tiki Man Fan is back. Welcome back, Tiki Man Fan. With a big thumbs up, says number 5 today. Tiki Man Fan says, woot! Thank you, Tiki Man Fan. Fast Pass Radio, oh yeah, Fast Pass Radio, I believe is a new subscriber to Fun to Be Free. Fast Pass Radio subscribed yesterday. John with Fun to Be Free was on the Pete McDivitt show yesterday. If you didn't get a chance, head over to, of course, Pete McDivitt show on YouTube. Shout out to Pete McDivitt. And also, Tiki Man Fan says, I was bummed the replay of Pete's show didn't include the chat like some do. Oh, that's too bad, Tiki Man Fan. And Tiki Man Fan is saying hi at Fast Pass Radio. Let me take out my bat phone. Hold on just a moment. And we'll get on to the breaking news here.
But it should have wires.
Oh, and Rob's Mad World is back. Welcome back, Rob's Mad World. It said, it's Friday Eve. It certainly is. Hope everyone is having a great Thursday. I certainly am, Rob's Mad World. In just a few moments here, we're going to check out the breaking news over at one of my favorite websites to visit. It's shoutout website to Sorry, let me change that graphic. Hold on, one moment. I believe we're all set up now. Shout out to wdwmagic.com. So website credit to wdwmagic.com. So on to the breaking news. Let me get to the exact article I want to bring you here. Give me a second and pop that up. Okay, this particular article over at WD Magic, let me say that again, wdwmagic.com. Let's get that pop off the screen. Was brought to you back in February 3rd of 2025, so a little behind us here. But behind the scenes look at Zootopia, Better, Zoogether, coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom in winter 2025. Like I said, this is not current, this is behind us. I just wanted to give you a little background for today's video. And Tiki Man Fan says, you too at Rob's Mad World. Disney is giving fans a first look at Zootopia, Better, Zoogether, the newest show coming to the Tree of Life Theater at Disney's Animal Kingdom. A behind-the-scenes video featuring actress Jennifer Goodwin, the voice of Judy Hopps, offers a sneak peek into the making of this all-new show. Set to debut in winter 2025, Zootopia, Better, Zoogether will bring guests on an adventure through the district biomes of Zootopia, just like in the animated film. The show will feature beloved characters including Judy Hopps, Nick Wilde, and their friends, with an all-new story created specifically for Disney's Animal Kingdom. It's tough to be a bug. The current attraction inside the Tree of Life Theater is confirmed to close on March 17, 2025. So in other words, that closed, that was behind us, March 17th behind us. Today is March 20th. I believe that was last Sunday. I didn't have the opportunity to actually get out here because I was having technical issues with my PC at home. In other words, I send the video to home first. And then I think that's good here on this article. Let me go to the next one here. Hold on a second. Let me navigate to the home screen here. So the next article we're going to look at, this was from 3 days ago. Again, shout out to wdwmagic.com. And here we go after this pop-up. It's tough to be a bug, now closed at Disney's Animal Kingdom entrance marquee removed. And there are some various photos that we'll just pause briefly and take a look at. It's Tough to Be a Bug has now permanently closed at Disney's Animal Kingdom following its final performances on March 17, 2025. As work begins to prepare the Tree of Life Theater for its upcoming Zootopia, Better Zoogether attraction, several noticeable changes have already taken place. Tree of Life Theater updates. The entrance marquee for It's Tough to Be a Bug has been removed. So take a look at that photo there. And there's another photo for you. It's Tough to Be a Bug entrance marquee pictured last week is that photo. While the former entrance remains accessible, guests can now only use it to explore the Tree of Life Gardens. Entry into the theater queue is blocked by a small construction wall. So there's the wall there. And I'm actually going to head in over to Island Mercantile. It's quite bright out here. You always hear me say, it's a little too bright. I can't see this phone screen, so let me duck in to some shade inside the merchandise location. Here's another photo of a look down into the queue area. And Zootopia Better Zoogether construction, March 17, 2025. References to It's Tough to Be a Bug have been removed from Wayfinder signage throughout the park. So there's an example there. A new in-park map was released today, behind us Sunday, reflecting these changes. The map no longer lists It's Tough to Be a Bug and does not yet mention the upcoming Zootopia attraction. What's next for the Tree of Life Theater? Disney has confirmed that Zootopia Better Zoogether will debut in winter 2025, but no additional construction timeline details have been shared. Recent permits suggest infrastructure changes and set installation will begin very soon as part of the theater's transformation. And here's an overall look of the new and upcoming attraction poster for Zootopia Better Zoogether. Of course, it says Discovery Island. For now, guests can still enjoy the Tree of Life Gardens, offering scenic views of the park's iconic centerpiece and opportunities to spot detailed animal carvings along the paths. So there you go on that. Let me check the chat here. Give me just a second. In fact, let me take off my sunglasses. I'm still wearing my sunglasses. I'm in the store. Hold on. And let's get back to the chat. Disney Couple CT, welcome back, Disney Couple CT. Connecticut in the house, welcome again. Tiki Man Fan says, hello CT, New Hampshire here. And Disney Couple CT, New England is in the house. That's right, New England is definitely being represented today. Disney cast crew member Monique, welcome in Monique, says, hello there, how is everything going? Oh, it's quite well. Hello, thank you for making the magic as this awkward random guy walks around with this crazy contraption. So we're going to turn around and head back into the store. Give me a second here. And Ryan Wesley's back. Welcome in, Ryan Wesley. Hello, everyone, Ryan Wesley says. Disney cast crew member Monique says, hey, Ryan. Okay, let's get back to the news. Hold on, I got to go find the next article here. Okay. So another shout out to wdwmagic.com. And this was actually published recently. So in other words, yesterday, I was waiting for that pop up there. Yesterday, Wednesday, March 19th, this particular news article was published. Disney moves quickly on Zootopia show installation with new theater permits at Animal Kingdom. So this is actually the topic of our video today. I just wanted to draw, of course, your attention to this, to the topical news. I'm going to read the headline again. Disney moves quickly on Zootopia show installation with new theater permits at Animal Kingdom. Walt Disney Imagineering has filed 2 new notices of commencement today for work at the Tree of Life Theater in Disney's Animal Kingdom for the upcoming Zootopia Better Zoogether 3D attraction. The permits include Elite A/V Systems Inc., scope listed as install set elements, and also Solotech, scope listed as electrical work. And we can see the Tree of Life Theater is part of the park's centerpiece icon. Disney moving quickly on Zootopia installation. Disney is wasting no time on the transformation of the Tree of Life Theater. Walt Disney Imagineering teams were seen on site immediately following the closure of It's Tough to Be a Bug on March 17, 2025. In the days since, Imagineers have been observed entering and exiting the theater as work progresses. So there's an example of the construction wall on this photo near the top. Zootopia Better Zoogether construction, March 17, 2025. So stay tuned. We're going to head out to, of course, where It's Tough to Be a Bug used to occupy the Tree of Life space, and we'll get a first-hand look, a current update look at the construction. Zootopia Better Zoogether is set to debut in winter 2025, and it will immerse guests in the various biomes of Zootopia with characters from the 2016 film. And there is another, or I should say the exact same reference of the attraction poster there. In the lower right-hand corner, I'm attempting to blow it up so you can see it. I like this. Look, it says, presented in Carrot Vision 3D. Just like, you know, Kermit the Frog would say. That's what I hear in my head when I see presented in Carrot Vision 3D, even though carrots have nothing to do with Kermit or Zootopia. Okay, so that's article we've concluded. So let me take this graphic off the screen. Hold on just a second. And if you're new to the channel, jump into the live chat. Let's discuss all the construction going on, and we could speculate what's actually happening behind those construction walls when we walk over there. If you give, oh, take care, have a great day. Give me a second, I'm disabling the wireless feature in the bat phone. I'll be right with you. We're back out here in Discovery Island. Just kind of getting my bearings, putting my phone back in my pocket, zipping it up. I don't want to lose my phone. Hold on a second here. Give me a second. My zipper's not cooperating as best as I hope it would be. Okay, let me put my sunglasses back on. We'll get back to the chat. Let's head towards the Tree of Life, since that is our topic for today. You're watching live streaming coverage from Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park. And FastPass Radio says, hello at Disney cast crew member Monique. Tiki Man Fan says, hello Monique. And at Ryan Wesley, Monique also says, hi FastPass. Monique says, hi Tiki Tim. Christian Sanchez is back. Welcome back, Christian Sanchez says, amazing stream. He also says, keep up the amazing work. Well, thank you so much, Christian Sanchez. I do appreciate that. And then he asks, when is the next parade? Oh, today we're actually at Disney's Animal Kingdom, Christian Sanchez. So maybe tomorrow, maybe we'll see. I'm not certain when we'll get back to Magic Kingdom, but possibly tomorrow. We'll have to check it out. Tiki Man Fan says, hello at Christian Sanchez.
Tell if it's better to stand up or should I squat down?
Okay, it's a little congested getting photos here at the Tree of Life, but let's take a quick look.
Look, big smile.
So as everybody knows,
Ready?
the It's Tough to Be a Bug Theater is located inside the Tree of Life there. And of course, the Tree of Life is constructed of, I'm going to use the term, an oil rig, an oil derrick. And they essentially fabricated the tree around it with, you know, mesh, metal, structure, concrete, lath. And then they, of course, carved all the various animals into the concrete. Oh, I think we're here for Winged Encounters. So stay tuned. We'll get over to It's Tough to Be a Bug Theater, but we're going to enjoy Winged Encounters, I think, first.
Come alive with color as a variety of vibrant macaws join together, creating Winged Encounters. We encourage you to gather around our avian specialists at the base of the Tree of Life for a unique journey of discovery, one that you can't see anywhere else except in the wild. Welcome to Winged Encounters.
There's gonna be a whole bunch of them. Yeah, that's really
Hey, good afternoon, Discovery Island. You're all in the right place at the right time because the last Winged Encounter show of the day is getting started right over here by the roots of the Tree of Life. We're showing things that you are not going to want to miss, so come on in and join us. There's a ton of open space right here in front of us. Yeah, feel free to move on in. Fill in all these spaces right here. These are also the best spots to get to birds, just like this, flying right over the top of your head. Now, my name's Tegan. I'm doing my awesome team of avian trainers and conservationists. Over here next to me, we have Caitlin and Corey hanging out, now in a crowd with y'all. That's Brianna and Amanda. We have the two other stars of our show that are hanging out on that perch over there with Amanda. This is Kathy and Howard. Shout out. Does anybody know what kind of birds these are? Yes, macaws. If you were thinking parrot, that's also correct. Macaws are a type of parrot. These two are both green-winged macaws, and they're just joining us from about a half mile away. We train these birds using positive reinforcement, so they know that if they come out here to hang out with us, they're going to be getting some of their favorite treats. We don't speak their language, they don't speak ours, but we do know what they like to eat. They really like snacking on peanuts, almonds, hazelnuts, banana chips. And by us giving them their favorite treats, that's our way of saying thank you. And hope that you do that behavior again and again in the future. It's so simple, but that's how positive reinforcement training works. Now, as beautiful as these
just
two
our
birds
luck,
are,
right?
We love working with them every single day, but none of us go home to a macaw in the household. They can make extremely challenging pets to have. You probably heard Howard scream pretty loudly just a second ago here. Yeah, that is just a fraction of how loud these birds can be. In nature, these calls are really helpful because they need to talk to their buddies across pretty far distances. If you choose to bring a macaw into the four walls of your home, they're going to be screaming on and off for about 50 to 60 years. That is an alarm clock that does not come with a snooze button. You can also see how large their beaks are. They're incredibly destructive, so anything in the four walls of your home is going to become fair game to become a macaw chew toy. They're also incredibly messy, they're professionals at pooping, and they can live decades on end, really making them a lifelong commitment. And that's why it's so great that you can go to places like Disney's Animal Kingdom to get your parrot fix, but maybe keep your homes parrot free. Now I see a few new faces out there joining us. This is Winged Encounters. Feel free to come on in. Make sure to keep your phones and cameras up because my favorite part of the show has not even happened yet and you're not going to want to miss what's coming up next. Now every single day we get the opportunity to work with 8 out of the 17 different macaw species that you can find out in wild places. One species in particular that we are incredibly privileged to work with, they're called the blue-throated macaw. They're actually one of the rarest species of macaws left out in the wild today. In the country of Bolivia, where they're native to, there are fewer than 400 blue-throated macaws left. And that's due to things like deforestation, which is leading to their habitat loss, and even the illegal pet trade is a problem for these birds. Now I know 400 is a scary low number, but it's not all bad news. We're partnering with an organization called the World Parrot Trust. We just recently got the opportunity to travel down to the country of Bolivia, bringing with us 14 blue-throated macaws to become part of a breeding program. The hope is that their babies will be released out to meet up with that native population and have some babies of their own so that we can boost up their numbers and see skies filled with macaws just like this. Now isn't this a sight worth protecting out in wild places? Absolutely incredible. We have so many different species of macaws coming on down to join us right now. Looks like we have more blue-throated macaws down. Did a loop of Discovery Island, but it looks like they might have headed back to their aviary. But I do also love several different species to talk about right over here. In front of me, we have Catalina right here, another critically endangered species. She is a great green macaw. There are fewer than 1,000 of these great green macaws left out in the wild today. Also right over here on our right hand side, this is Beta, and she is the highest translucent macaw. This is the largest flighted species of parrot right here. Now, I mentioned earlier how we train these birds using positive reinforcement, so you'll see as they're coming on down, they're going to be getting some of their favorite treats, and I also like to point out right over there with Corey, that's the one losing macaw that we have out here right now. That's the species that I was mentioning earlier. Once they're going to be the flock to pick them up and heading back to their aviary, please let me some of your favorite treats. So feel free to come on and take some pictures while they're still here. But thank you so much for joining us for our last Winged Encounter show of the day. And have a great rest of your day here at Disney's Animal Kingdom, everyone.
Bye-bye. Very cool. Let me check the chat while I'm here. Oh.
For Winged Encounter.
Come on, let's go.
Together,
Come on, y'all. Come on, baby.
explore amazing sights like these remain in wild places for many generations to come. Enjoy the rest of your adventures here at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, sometimes she likes to hang out behind and finish up some of the treats that we dropped.
And Debbie Bernfeld. Welcome back, Debbie Bernfeld. Debbie Bernfeld says, hello, my dear sweet friends. I enjoyed you last night at Pete's stream. You got me hooked now. Oh, thank you so much, Debbie Bernfeld. I had a blast chatting with Pete.
Thank you so much for joining us, friends. Like I said, this was our last Winged Encounter show of the day. But no worries, if you enjoyed our experience, want even more birds in your life, go check out the Final Friends in Flight show right over in Asia. Just follow that pathway that all the birds just flew down. They're going to be having two more shows this afternoon at 2:30 and 3:30. Enjoy the rest of your day.
There's about a half-mile flight from here. It's on the back.
And Debbie Bernfeld. Yes, going back. You said you enjoyed me on Pete's stream. I had a blast doing it. And for everybody that's just joining us, I was actually on the Pete McDivitt show last night. If you missed it, I encourage you to go check it out. I was on the Disney Insomniacs yesterday. I was his guest star.
Different ones. This one's our last one today.
And Disney cast crew member Monique says, hey Deb, Captain Mickey Mouse is back. Oh, welcome in, Captain Mickey Mouse. Captain Mickey Mouse says, amazing show last night, John, with Pete. Agreed you should be on his Triple CC show. Yeah, so we're working that out, Captain Mickey Mouse. Stay tuned for that. And Christian Sanchez says, I'm excited for Zootopia. I know it's a good film, Christian Sanchez. I am too. Patrick Julian, welcome back, Patrick Julian says, hey John, and good afternoon everyone. John, it's awesome that you were at Disneyland cast member. Oh, we gotta get him, look at down here. Hold on. We're having a little lost soul here.
She's just looking for any leftover snacks on the ground. She's a smart lady. Yeah, so back at their aviary, that's where they get all their fruits and veggies and additional like supplemental pellet.
Okay, back to Patrick Julian. Says, John, it's awesome that you are a Disneyland cast member. So with that being said, welcome to Walt Disney World. Well, thank you so much, Patrick Julian. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so the only like
Tiki Man fan says, hi Patrick. And Disney cast crew member Monique says, hi Patrick. Debbie Bernfeld back says, hello my dears.
they actually got bananas for breakfast.
Tiki Man fan says, nice to see you at Debbie Bernfeld. Patrick Julian at Tiki Man fan, good afternoon Tim. At Debbie Bernfeld, hey, it's great to see you as always, including you at Disney cast crew member Monique. And Christian Sanchez says, any update on Tough to Be a Bug? So stand by, stay tuned. We're gonna check out, of course, the ongoing construction progress that Disney is moving very quickly. They mean business here at the Tree of Life Theater for the upcoming Zootopia, Better Zoogether. Grandma Glover's back. Grandma Glover, I believe, was on the Pete McDivitt show last night. And she says, I found you on Pete's show last night. Glad to find your channel. Welcome, welcome, Grandma Grover. I'm sorry, I'm in the sun. Hold on, we got the birds there yapping away. In the sun, let me check the chat again. Excuse me, Grandma Grover is in the chat saying, I found you on Pete's show last night. Glad to find your channel. Well, welcome to the channel. Of course, I'm John with Fun to Be Free. Thank you for being here. And Disney cast member Monique says, hi, Grover. Let's see here. Let me get out of the way. There's some other guests that want to get a photo here. And if you're new to the channel, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to ring that notification bell. Patrick Julian says, "You're welcome, John." I'm gonna pull back here. There's just a handful of guests that probably want to come get a better view. I've been hogging the show. Okay, while we're here, let's take one last look of the Tree of Life Theater before we talk about what's going on inside, or at least my speculation and what everybody else thinks in the chat too. So we're gonna slowly make our way around the corner here. Like I said, we are in Discovery Island, and of course, It's Tough to Be a Bug was located in Discovery Island here at Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park as well. Just over to the right-hand side is the Discovery Trading Company, another merchandise retail location here. Let me get out of the way. It's a little windy here, but I think we're doing real well with the wind gusts. I don't believe we're having issues with the wind on the microphone. Grandma Grover says, "Hi Debbie Bernfeld." Disney cast crew member Monique says, "To every new Disney pals that came to the adventure, boop the likes, and whoever is new, we would like you to subscribe as well. Thanks so much." Yes, sir. Hold on one moment. For everybody in the chat, I have a gentleman here inquiring.
What's your channel name?
Here, hold on just a second. Let me take my phone out. Is it okay to flip my camera in your general direction?
Yeah.
Okay, just one moment. Let me grab it here. Oh, hello there, John with Fun to Be Free. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Steven.
Steven's here. He's inquiring on my actual channel name, my handle. Give me a second here. So you could just take a photo of my phone. It's just at Fun to Be Free. And it will pop up right up. And we go live daily at 2 o'clock. Here at the
Fun to Be Free?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
If you put in the... Oh, well, thank you so much.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. Take care. Thank you for stopping me. So as I always say, I encourage everybody to come find me. Come stop me, say hello. Okay, I'm putting my phone back in my pocket. Hold on just a second. In the meantime, we'll get better views here of Doug and Kevin meeting and greeting. Okay, the bat phone is in my pocket. We'll come back to Doug and Kevin in a few moments, I hope. We gotta get back on track. I'll show everybody in the chat where we're located. Give me a second here. I'm pulling back. There's people in the area. Hold on. I don't want to run out over anybody.
They probably, oh, sorry.
You're fine, no worries. Okay. So we're in front of Doug and Russell's Wilderness Explorers Clubhouse. Wait, did I say Kevin? I'm not sure who I said, but it's Doug and Russell. Come on, John, give it the program. I was preoccupied. My zipper caught up and I couldn't get the phone back in my pocket. Okay, so there's a meet and greet here in Discovery Island, Doug and Russell's Wilderness Explorers Clubhouse. Kevin, of course, is the bird that wanders around the area. I don't see Kevin out right now. But we'll try to come back here in a moment. We got to get to the topic at hand today. Today's video topic. Let me actually take my sunglasses off here. FastPass Radio says, "I play Fun to Be Free on the station." Oh yeah, FastPass Radio. So I guess, you know, the jig is up. Everybody knows my channel, my handle name now. It came from World of Motion over at Epcot with a theme song, "It's fun to be free, to be on the move." Yes, FastPass Radio says, "I play Fun to Be Free on the station." That's very cool. And I believe Pete McDivitt was talking about your logo last night, FastPass Radio. He seemed to enjoy it very much. Christian Sanchez says, "Can you make I'm a Walk in the New Disney Movie Snow White I will be hosting?" I'm not sure what you're suggesting, Christian Sanchez, but let's get to today's video topic. So, in this general area, there used to be the large marquee sign here, as everybody probably recalls, and it said, in this right here, "It's tough to be a bug." Yeah, I can't sing. But here were the touch points for the Lightning Lane return, along with the cast member podium. And on the opposite side, there used to be the standby entrance here. So there's no construction walls right here like we did see in the article over at wdwmagic.com. So it looks like they possibly removed those along with the marquee. And as we approach the Tree of Life Gardens here, we are actually in the old or existing queue for It's Tough to Be a Bug. So as everybody recalls in the chat, it kind of wandered around here. And Debbie Burnfield says, hello, my dear at FastPass Radio. Oh, here's the construction wall. Okay. So I would say, even though this is like the gardens area, this is about where, you know, the queue would actually, I'd say, deviate from a large area. In other words, look at all this large space where you could just roam around here, even though it was deemed the queue for the It's Tough to Be a Bug attraction. But I would say exactly right here where they put the construction wall, that's where the queue actually began. And on this wall, it has a little signage that says, "Squawk, Kevin." And we could go around the corner and see. I don't see really any visible progress behind the wall. I don't know if we're gonna see any progress at all for a long time here on the exterior of the Tree of Life Theater. But yet again, there is the Tree of Life, and essentially below or in this level down here would be the theater that the It's Tough to Be a Bug previously occupied. We did see the article indicating that they're installing essentially equipment, electrical, you know, backstage infrastructure, I believe, to update the show, to bring it up to codes, to get it ready for, of course, the new Zootopia attraction. But now, with that said, let me pop up this, jump into the live chat. Let me know your speculation, what we're gonna see. What is the storyline, you think? What are the effects? Because this guy is gonna say, I think it's gonna be pretty much a 1-for-1. In other words, I think it'll have a very similar or approximately the same runtime in minutes. I think you're gonna see about the same amount of in-theater show effects, you know, like Hopper, the animatronic figure will be just replaced with a different figure. In other words, they have the animation pits, the chassis for the animatronic figure, they have the hydraulic pumps, all that is situated backstage. So there's probably minor enhancements or minor modifications they need to do to essentially get this particular theater ready for the new Zootopia 3D show. In other words, they'll share very similar styles, like both shows will probably be in 3D, you know, for example. But anybody in the chat have any other speculation? Anything else you want to provide? What do you think the storyline is going to be? I assume it's going to be like, the best way I can describe it is To the Forum with Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith. And no, I'm not saying it's going to be a roller coaster. What I'm saying is you gotta get to the performance, you gotta get to the stage, the theater, the show. The show's about to start, so there'll probably be some hilarious antics on the way to the actual show. But again, anybody in the chat know more? What have you heard? What are the rumors? I haven't heard a single rumor on this, really. It's just pretty much, hey, we're gonna have a show, and that's it. Okay, let's go around the corner and I'll check the chat here. And John Connors, I do believe John Connors is a new subscriber to Fun to Be Free. Says Balon is hot, e-commerce can. And Disney cast crew member Monique says, hi Connors. Jaylon's back, welcome in Jaylon. Says, hi everyone, I love live stream. Disney cast crew member Monique says, hi Jaylon. And Jaylon says, I love chat live. It truly is magical, Jaylon. Let me get a better shot of the Tree of Life. It's way overhead here. So we're just walking in the Tree of Life Gardens here. And I'll get a shot behind where I was standing awkwardly in front of that construction wall over there. There you go. Let's keep walking around. I don't think we're gonna see much. The only visible progress I'm thinking we saw was that construction wall. But let's head over to the exit and see if we can find anything else out. I'm gonna hold the camera way up overhead to take a better shot of this. I'll just pause here for just a second. Debbie Burnfield says, hello, my dear, at John Connors. Oh, here's a good example, of course, the carving in the concrete. This example would be a rhino. It's a little wet and drippy around here, so I'm holding the camera awkwardly not to get the camera lens wet as we go, you know, on the backside of water in the wrong theme park. But I'm attempting to get out to the rear of the theater, or where the exit doors are. I don't think we're gonna see a single thing there. Excuse me. Like I said, I don't think there's gonna be any visible progress at all on the exterior until I'm thinking they're gonna install the actual marquee sign for Zootopia, Better Zoogether, and that'll probably be, I'm making this up, I don't know, it'll probably be like in September of this year or something to that effect. I don't know, pure speculation on my part. But anybody in the chat know more? Oh, they do have a wall down there though. We'll go check that out. We'll have to, you know, go around the horn. There's a wall here. I actually was not expecting the construction walls in this area here. And let me turn around here. More carvings. And Jaylon says, hi, John Connors. And she also says, hi, Debbie. John Connors says, gotcha. John Connors says, Jaylon, do you know Balon Dupree? So over to the left-hand side, there's Pizza Safari. That kind of gets your bearings where you are here in Discovery Island, near the Tree of Life. And straight up ahead here is the guest experience team umbrella. And we're actually going to go around the corner here, hopefully get some access to the exit. We'll try to walk around this whole area, around the Tree of Life, just to get a better vantage point. Jaylon says, yeah, Balon Dupree. Up ahead is Africa. Stay tuned because I plan on going on safari. I'm sure Tiki Man Fan is very excited. We're going to get to go on safari today. You're watching live streaming coverage from Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park. Oh, excuse me.
Sorry.
You're okay. Cotton top tamarins are here somewhere. Oh, there he is. Look, look, gone. He's hiding. There's two of them. There's three of them now. I didn't even see the third one. I think there's a fourth one along the backside. Okay, let's keep going here. We're gonna go towards the exit doors, the exit show doors. Oh, and Lisbeth is back. Welcome back, Lisbeth. Lisbeth says, hello from Sweden. It's always nice to have international chat members. Oh, we got Pocahontas. Meeting and greeting with nobody. We should go say hi awkwardly. I'll just say hi very quick. And if we look down on the ground, the paving, the concrete, Pocahontas is attempting to adjust what appears to be a Mickey out of flowers. Hello there. Hello, Pocahontas. Thank you for making the magic. And it looks like we have a Disney PhotoPass photographer trying to gently guide Pocahontas over for a photo. So we're going to keep going then. Okay, here's what I came all this way for. So we're on the backside of the Tree of Life now. Down below or on ground level and up ahead is another construction wall. This time it's actually the largest one in the area that we've encountered so far. We'll try to go around to the other side as well. But minimal construction walls for this project, minimal time period that this new show will be under construction, I imagine. And then we're, like I said, we're gonna try to go around. So we'll probably go around the long way, but we'll check it out. Maybe I'll go back and we'll see which direction we end up, depending once we get out there. We'll take a quick look at the Tree of Life here. And we'll turn around, reverse our direction. And jump into the live chat if you have any ideas, speculations, theories, rumors, anything you think is gonna happen with the new Zootopia, Better Zoogether attraction here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. There's Pocahontas again. And I'm gonna turn the camera slowly to our forward direction. You're watching live streaming coverage from Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park. We have a large cart in the area. There's the cart you could hear. Of course, here at Disney's Animal Kingdom, the paving, I'll point the camera at the ground, has these large cracks, and it seems like the Disney strollers and all the carts make a lot of racket, a lot of noise, as they of course get pushed over the pathway. Here's an example. There's a Disney rental stroller there. You can hear it. Listen. They're quite loud. Plastic on concrete. Okay, like I was saying, I don't know what direction we're gonna go. I previously said, well, we'll go that way. Since we're here, we're walking this way. We'll go towards the, of course, Oasis or the merchandise locations, the front side of the Tree of Life, and we'll continue walking past it. The reason why I'm going to the other side, I want to make sure we cover all of our bases, check out all the construction walls. And over here to the right-hand side is an outdoor vending location. Looks pretty popular. They sell pre-packaged Nestle ice creams. Hello there! Like the Mickey ice cream bars and a few additional Coca-Cola bottled beverages at that location. While I'm here, let's take a quick detour. That's where I was actually trying to go. I was saying going back to which direction, because I'm like, oh, I should go to one of my favorite drinking fountains. For anybody that doesn't know, this is my favorite drinking fountain in the park. I like this one because it seems to work all the time. Like that one. Here, let me get a drink. Hold on. So on the Pete McDivitt show last night, on the Truth and Lies section, I actually included that I am a drinking fountain educator here at the Walt Disney World Resort. Because a lot of the drinking fountains don't have the water pressure, and I like to drink or gulp a lot quickly. For example, the Dinoland USA drinking fountain behind Restaurantosaurus, it always has like a trickle of a stream, and it's always hard for this guy, John Fun to be free, to gulp it down fast. So I prefer the actual drinking fountain in this park behind us. Okay, we were in Island Mercantile. That's where I was walking around awkwardly, and we said hello to that cast member standing over to the left-hand side of the doorway. Just up ahead here is the Tree of Life around the corner to the left-hand side. And we're going to take a look at the signage now as we pass this signboard, you know, the directional signage indicating where to go. And I do believe it will have, it's tough to be a bug missing. So I don't see, or I cannot locate, it's tough to be a bug. I think they removed it off this side up here. So there you go. As we walk past the Tree of Life, we'll take another quick look, a peek-see of the picturesque backdrop. Of course, all the various guests love getting their photos here. There we go, another quick look. And there is a very special Disney photo location located over in this direction. You could always find various PhotoPass photographers milling about or waiting anxiously to take the guest photos. Okay, since we're here, well, let's go take a look at this meet and greet again. Doug and Russell meeting and greeting. Oh, hello there.
Hi there.
So we'll just take a quick look here. Just a quick look. And let me check the chat while I'm here. Debbie Bernfeld says, hello, my dear, at Lisbeth. And Kelby's back. Oh, Kelby was joined us last night on the Pete McDivitt show. Kelby says, hello, John and everyone. John, great interview last night on Pete's show. I was so impressed to hear that you said you worked at Disneyland for over 20 years. Got any funny stories? Oh, this guy's full of it, as I say. I got many, many stories, Kelby. If I remember them, I'll start sharing them, especially today. How about that? But let's stick to the topic for right now, and then we'll get to it. And Disney cast crew member Monique says, hi, Kel. So we'll say goodbye to Doug and Russell right now, and we're going to swing around the corner. We'll actually walk out the old standby entrance so you could get a look and feel what would it be. That would be the lightning lane, and this would be the standby side. So I want to stay on topic, stay on target, stay on target. So we're headed around the corner, and we're going to attempt to locate the exit for the Tree of Life Theater, or the It's Tough to Be a Bug that it actually closed this last Sunday. But I do believe there's a lot of people in the chat today that joined Pete and I live last night on Disney Insomniacs. If you're just joining us, check out the Pete McDivitt Show on YouTube. I appeared yesterday on the Disney Insomniacs, like I just said.
What's your mindset now?
And Fast Pass Radio says, any Disneyland ghost stories? Oh yeah, I'll share the ghost story. If I forget Fast Pass Radio, I'll share a story that you'll go, no, this is fake, you're making it up. And I'll go, no, Fast Pass Radio, this is the truth. So Kelby and Fast Pass Radio, I'll share the story, okay? But let me conclude this and then we'll get on with the story. So here's the directional signage that I do believe that they removed the reference to It's Tough to Be a Bug. Here, the blank one on the lower left there. And then here is the construction wall. So smaller in stature, smaller in size. Though if this wasn't here, you would be able to actually walk through this, through here, and you walk down towards the exit or the unload area, the exit doors. Remember where you get out of the actual It's Tough to Be a Bug theater? But there is some signage on the wall here that says, what I have learned from the animal world is a renewed sense of kinship with the earth and all of its inhabitants. So there you go there. We'll just take one quick last look at this construction wall. I actually want to swing all the way around to the backside too, but I could actually start sharing the story as I point the camera in this general direction here. So Debbie Bernfeld says, hello my dear Kelby, it was so great to see you. Yeah, so if you're just joining us, Debbie Bernfeld's talking about, I was on the Pete McDivitt Show last night, Disney Insomniacs. If you didn't get a chance to see it, check it out. And of course, shout out to Pete McDivitt Show. Thanks again to the Pete McDivitt Show for having me on. And if you didn't have an opportunity or chance to, remember to like and subscribe his channel. He does a great job. He puts a lot of effort into his live streams as well. Okay. Also, if you're new to my channel, John F. Fun to Be Free, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to ring that notification bell. And then over to our right-hand side is Winged Encounters. The last time I went in there, the cellular data, meaning the reception, wasn't that great. So I really want to go see the show. I want to take everybody in there, but it seems like we were having dropouts last time. I could try or attempt to, go to a different area of the theater. So that's always an option for later as well. But I want to get to the safari. We need to go experience the Kilimanjaro Safari. So stay tuned for that in a few moments here. But I just want to check out the backside of the Tree of Life Theater, and then I want to get to the ghost story that Fast Pass Radio was talking about. Because I got, over 2 decades of crazy stories to share. I just have to remember. So let's keep going here. We're a little exposed in the wind right now. Let me check the chat while I'm here. Hold on a second. Kelby says, so great to see you again, Debbie. So nice, Kelby. Mary on the Move is back. Mary on the Move, welcome back. Mary on the Move says, hello everyone. Anyone else getting a distorted screen? Yeah, I was just pausing to check that out. We're having cellular dropouts, as I was just talking about cellular dropouts in Winged Encounters. It seemed like we experienced it in this area. Ben
那得走路线了。
Can I get a pretzel real quick?
Let's go park our stroller and go ride.
Okay, let's get back to the chat. I do believe we're experiencing some extreme cellular dropouts. I'm attempting to fix it. I think we're back online now. So Ryan Wesley, if you could hear me, I did that refresh several times and I was adjusting some settings, so hopefully we're back online. Rob's Mad World says, looking good now. All right, Epcot Galaxy Hero, welcome in. Epcot Galaxy Hero says, hey. Debbie Burnfield says, we are back. Robert Spite, welcome back, welcome in. Says, hi Witchy, how's the cauldron? So let's get back on track. So I apologize for those cellular interruptions, but I think we're online and back on track now. Witchy Mountain Mama Tristan, shimmering nicely, thank you. Fast Radio, back online. All right, let's continue then. So as I was saying, we were checking out the construction area. If you're just now joining us, we checked out all the construction progress for the upcoming Zootopia Better Zoogether attraction that's going into the Tree of Life Theater. We're now in Harambe, Port of East Africa. And since we are successfully back online, I'm sure everybody in the chat wants to go on safari. So let's head there now. Hopefully we won't experience any more technical issues today. But here we go. Robert Sprike says, hi Monique. We're getting extremely high wind gusts here at Animal Kingdom today. We're gonna try to duck in or out of the wind. Give me a second here. In fact, since I want to get out of the wind as much as I can right now, let's head over to get a drink, or at least John would find to be free a drink. I mean, the drink of water, that is, at a drinking fountain. Hold on a second, be right with you. Okay, I think I hit the microphone actually on the drinking fountain at an awkward angle. So, at this moment, I'm not feeling any further wind gusts. But Robert Sprice says, Debbie, have been to Disney World. So over in this area, there's numerous food and beverage locations. This would be one of them. The Harambe Fruit Market. Tasty, fresh, delicious. We could actually just check out the menu there. Oh, hello there. Check out the menu while we're here in this area. Jumbo, welcome to Harambe Fruit Market. They offer a Mickey-shaped pretzel, an all-beef hot dog, corn on the cob, and churro, along with some additional snacks like whole fruit, assorted chips, assorted beers, and Coca-Cola bottled beverages, even the waters. So the standby entrance for Kilimanjaro Safaris is posted at 40 minutes, or 40 minutes. Over in this direction, it appears to be a heavier lightning lane return right now. And Kilimanjaro Safaris will be open until 6 p.m. this evening. Oh, hello there. Thank you for making the magic. Hello, nice to see you. So we're actually in the queue now for Kilimanjaro Safaris. Now is Tiki Man fan jumping up and down. He's probably typing away at his keyboard, going, yes, we are going on safari. A lion Simba. Just a quick look at the sign and we'll head up. Okay. Ryan Wesley says, so far the stream is looking great now. Good. Thank you for all the tech updates, Ryan Wesley, and everybody else in the chat. Thank you for the feedback.
When it comes to safaris,
Hippo,
we go wild.
cheetah, ostrich. Yeah, Tiki Man fans probably going wild right now for a safari. We're just entering the safari booking office now. Debbie Bernfeld says, at Robert Sprite, I was there this past December. Hopefully I'll be going again this December. So we have a nice sizable queue. So let me get on with the actual, I guess, story. So Fast Pass Radio and Kel B, let me get on with the story here. Only ghost stories, of course. Let me just get my bearings here. Let me check. Before I get on with the story, I just said let's do it. Let me actually replace the fuel rod. That's gonna be the priority right now. See, I always get carried away in the tangents, Rob's Mad World. I'm digging around in my pockets. I'm trying to find another fuel rod. Give me a second here. Oh. Okay, hold on. Oh, because I only have one hand to get in my pockets. And the pockets are quite small with two fuel rods in there. So we got a good one. Fully charged fuel rod, put it on. And let me check the camera and the battery levels. Okay, we're looking good now, looking good. And I'll check the chat before I get started with this long-winded story because I think this is going to be a good one. Okay, so we put it on picture-in-picture. So the ghost story. So as I previously said, I worked at the Disneyland Resort for 22 years. And this story took place, it was the fall of 1996, and I was actually working Splash Mountain at Disneyland in Anaheim, California. So here it goes. I have to set it up. It's a little bit of a sad story. So I have to get to the sad story part to set it up, and then we'll continue the rest of it. But let me go around here, around the bend. So, like I said, I was working Splash Mountain, and there was a co-worker at the time that he was a friend on the attraction, and he was actually sadly killed in a car crash while I was working at Splash Mountain when we got the news. And it's a little difficult for me to tell a story, but it's, a little emotional. But we'll just leave it at that. So it was very sad. He was actually killed in a car crash, and it wasn't his fault. It was a drunk driver on the other driver ran into his vehicle. So don't drink and drive, folks. But on with the story. So what I'm about to share is actually a true story. There's no over embellishing, nothing going on that's fake or phony in this. I experienced this firsthand And you might say, well, you know, it was a hard time or difficult time for everybody working at Splash Mountain since a coworker passed away, you know, unexpectedly. But, so here we go. So it was the next day after the funeral for this particular person that was killed in the car crash. And I was working Splash Mountain. I was actually in the tower. The tower is, you know, up above the second story, the upper level, where it has the big console where you control the ride. And I was up there by myself, and I was monitoring the monitors. I know, allow myself to introduce myself. But so, you know, up on the tower console, they had various equipment, computers, buttons, green flashing lights, e-stops, microphones, ride phones, telephones, a lot of equipment, a lot of things going on at once. But I was there alone up in the tower, and I was, you know, just minding my own business, just focused on doing my job, you know, because I was responsible for the safety of all the guests on the attraction. And we were, the crew, I should say, not just me, but the entire crew that was working Splash Mountain that the next day after the funeral was heavily affected by it. At any rate, I was sitting in the rolling chair, you know, the chair with wheels, and I was at the console, and I felt there was just this presence over to my right-hand side, and I kind of looked over, kind of like I felt something was there. And what I actually saw was a gray outline. It wasn't like a ghost per se, but it was an outline of a figure above a person, maybe my stature, about 6'2", skinny, tall, and it was coming quickly at me. And as this opaque object that I could see through, it's not exactly like you see in the movies, but it was more like an opaque, like, I don't know, an invisible man is the best way to say it. I couldn't see details. It was very blurred. It was very opaque. That's the best way I could say it. And this opaque mass came towards me as it did. Now, this is true story. I looked down because it caught my eye down below on the ground by the baseboard, by the molding along the floor. There was actually like dust balls, dust bunnies, like little bits of hair all balled up. And they were moving, literally, true story, moving along with this opaque object, this outline of a man, a figure coming towards me rapidly. It was very quick, and as it went towards me quick, little balls of hair, dust bunnies, and all the bits of, you know, debris on the floor moved at the same pace, same rate. And keep in mind, the air conditioning system at the tower console didn't blow air on the ground. In fact, it was always hot up there, and it was very not like a fan where you could detect the fan blowing across you or blowing across your skin. But the point is, as the opaque object moved towards me, actual physical, tangible items on the ground in exact sync or exact motion at the exact speed approached me. And as the opaque object moved essentially like past me, not exactly through me, but past me, the little dust balls went underneath the rolling chair. So that was interesting. So that is a ghost story that I encountered at Splash Mountain in the fall of 1996. So there you go, Kel B and Fast Pass Radio. So I also want to share the second part of this story. And here it goes. It's a little loud in here, so I'll just make it quick for the second part. So after I just experienced that apparition, if you will, I went down the steps because we were on the second story, the upper level, and you probably rode Splash Mountain, and there's the maintenance or storage area where they pull the logs off to the left-hand side as you approach a lift or where you go up, you know, the lift hill. So the maintenance area had a little, essentially, it would lower, and then they could drag the log across into, of course, storage. And as I walked down the steps, what I witnessed is an additional apparition, which was the same height, the same opaque, the same like see-through, if you will. And keep in mind, there was a log in the flume, and it was floating gently. So it was just floating gently like this, right? Floating gently. But as I saw the apparition step across onto the log did this. Clunk, 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 and the apparition went on the opposite side of the actual flume. So that's the follow-up. That's, you know, the B-roll, if you will, from this first part of the story I just shared. So yes, let me check the chat here. Let me see. Hold on a second.
Bright lights make it difficult to see animals and spoil the magic.
Rob's Mad World says, glad it's still light out. I'm scared already. And Disney Couple CT said, love the safari. How I miss Disney. Thank you for streaming. Well, you're welcome, Disney Couple CT. And as you're aware, I go live generally 2 o'clock daily here at the Walt Disney World Resort in the various theme parks. We actually haven't got to Disney Springs yet, but I'm hoping to get there, you know, for maybe some news or something to that effect. And Disney cast crew member Monique says, Tiki Tiki, it's safari time. Debbie Burnfield says, hello, my dear, at Disney Couple CT. And Kelby, chills. Yes, Kelby, because I'm getting the chills. You know those like heebie-jeebies, those little wheelies you get up and down your spine? As I'm telling that story, I'm getting like a... Yeah. So, again, Kelby and Fast Pass Radio, that is 100% true story. That is no over-embellishment. Oh, hello there. No over-embellishment. That actually happened. That was my first-hand experience. Keep in mind, I was by myself for both of those A and B, or part 1 and 2 stories. Nobody else was there. And then I told people about it, and of course they didn't believe me at all. But one other quick, just little tidbit of information that I wanted to share is that the crew member that passed away, his parents came in the park, and I do believe that story was shared with them. And here's where I'm going with this. So the cast member that did pass away, I didn't actually hear this from his mother, but his mother said to another one of my friends that works Splash Mountain, they said that they could feel his presence at Disneyland, specifically at Splash Mountain and the Haunted Mansion. Not the Haunted Mansion because there's ghosts there, but because he worked those attractions. And so there you go. But let me check the chat again. Sean in Disney says, great day to be at the parks. Glad to be joining you. Enjoy. And Sean in Disney, I do believe you're a new subscriber to Fun to Be Free. So with that said, remember to like, comment, and subscribe for all the new people in the chat. And don't forget to ring that notification bell. We'll look overhead here. I really like this logo, the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. I think it's a neat little logo. I have no idea who designed it. Anybody in the chat know more about the logo, about the graphic design of it, or the Walt Disney Imagineers behind all the amazing artwork here at Kilimanjaro Safari? I'm sure Tiki Man Fan may have some input on that.
These times, whenever African elephants are fed, there are also plenty of people nearby. It can be very difficult.
While we're here in the queue and we have some time, I was thinking that I'll take the bat phone out and I'll enable the wireless feature so I could send my screen on my phone over to your devices at home if you give me just a moment to set it up. And I'll be right with you. Okay, give me a second here.
Scientists foresee the elephants making Disney conduct human playback experiments. Our instincts turned out to be right. Elephants not only run away from bees and shake their heads to knock bees away.
John Bowen, and welcome to Kilimanjaro Safaris. In order to keep your wait time to a minimum, we ask that you please keep your group together, keep up with the party in front of you, and fill in all the available space.
Okay, I found a good article. Shout out to blogmickey.com. Website credit goes to blogmickey.com. And before I get started, Disney cast crew member Monique says, hi, Sean. Disney CEO Bob Iger addresses concerns of high prices for theme park tickets. Posted today, March 20th, 2025. So this is going to be very fascinating, I think, because as everybody knows in the chat, I'm always addressing the high prices, the skyrocketing prices here at the Walt Disney World Resort. In a shareholder meeting this afternoon, Disney CEO Bob Iger addressed recent concerns about the rising cost of a ticket to the Disney parks. earlier this year, a Wall Street Journal report said that Disney was concerned about high ticket prices as guest intent to return scores reportedly dropped. A day later, the Walt Disney Company issued a press release that responded to that pricing criticism. Now, Iger was asked about pricing concerns again. And we can see Bob Iger live on stage. I'm assuming this is like a D23 event. But if anybody knows for certain what photo this is from with Bob Iger on stage, let me know. Bob Iger addresses ticket pricing concerns. The question from a shareholder was about Disney's ability to keep up with rising attendance and whether Disney is concerned about increased pricing. Iger said that it is a question that he thinks about all the time. So at least it's on his mind, right? Iger started by noting that demand is strong at the theme parks, saying that he visited Walt Disney World earlier this month and saw the crowds at the theme parks, resorts, and Disney Springs. Iger also spoke to the notion of value, saying that the value of a Disney theme park ticket is tremendous, especially when compared to other entertainment offerings such as sporting events and concerts. I just want to quickly pause. Everybody in the chat, let me know your opinion about the following. It seems like every earnings call, when it comes up, when there's a shareholder that asks a question about prices, it seems like his response is always along the lines of tremendous, and it's compared to other entertainment offerings. In other words, price comparison, same ballpark. Hey, that's a pun intended, because you could have an MLB game. He's probably talking about, MLB, NFL games as well. Iger also discussed expansion efforts at Disney parks around the world, saying that there are more projects underway now than ever before in the company's history. Iger says that the expansions are meant to not only improve capacity at the theme parks, but to also increase value. I concur with that, so he's not wrong about that, but I think that's more of a safe approach. What does everybody in the cast, in the chat think too? Is it safe that he's saying that? Because I think it is. Shifting to the question of pricing concerns, Iger repeated information that we've heard from executives before, honing in on the lowest tier ticket prices at Disneyland, and that it hasn't increased since before COVID-19 shutdown. So yet again, here's another point that Iger always points back to. They always talk about the Disneyland lowest price point, but they never mention the Walt Disney World price point. Have you ever noticed that? He's consistently saying the same talking points over and over again, and then he throws in COVID again.
We're in the light reading lane.
Iger then said that Disney is seeing strong guest satisfaction scores and intent to visit scores that are very high. And I'll concur with that, because Disney does a great job, and their return visits are very strong, especially at Walt Disney World, with the bounce back offers with the Walt Disney World Resort hotels. So that concludes the article. But anybody in the chat have more to say about that? Let me actually check the chat here, and we'll get back to the news in a moment. In fact, let's hit back. Hold on. Let me hit back. And you can see at least Figment while I check the chat. Disney cast crew member Monique says, "Hi, Sean." And Sean in Disney says, "Hi, Monique. Where are you a cast member?" I'm in security. Okay, Sean in Disney is a security cast member. So that's good. We may have some inside knowledge coming our way here at the Walt Disney World Resort, or at least I assume or imagine he works here at WDW. Disney cast crew member Monique says, "I do entertainment for Magic Kingdom and Epcot, Sean, especially Disney Cruise." Rob's Mad World says, "I taught my mom the Tarzan yell and told her to beat on her chest for a radio contest back in 1999, and she won exclusive tickets for the opening of Tarzan's Treehouse at Disneyland." Oh, that's interesting, Rob's Mad World. But I do remember them doing all those crazy events with all the radio stations like K-Earth 101 or Coast. Yeah, that's a pretty neat story though. Any other interesting stories, Rob's Mad World? Because that's a good tangent right there. And Disney cast crew member Monique says, "Thanks, Sean, for making magic safely." Let me get back to the article here. Oh, yeah, I didn't read the headline, but we need to check this out. Bob Iger wants to see more Figment. So I concur with that already. More cowbell in a shareholder meeting this afternoon. Disney CEO Bob Iger was asked about Disney's use of Figment. Iger, with a chuckle, said he has been asked about Figment in a majority of his 20-plus shareholder meetings. Iger seemed to share some enjoyment of the Figment character, and he said that he would direct Disney's creative teams to expand Disney's use of the lovable dragon. Awesome. That's a possibility we're going to get more Figment. That is so cool. Okay, I'm getting all excited. Bob Iger wants to see more Figment. Iger said that he would ask Disney's creative teams to consider making short-form videos of Figment. Iger noted that Figment is popular at Epcot, where Figment has an attraction and a meet and greet. That said, Iger said that Disney also understands that Figment is popular enough that fans want to see more Figment beyond the parks, and Iger agrees. While many theme park fans surely want to see an update to the Journey into Imagination with Figment attraction, Iger didn't mention an attraction update, instead choosing to focus on some short-form videos. As prepared as these types of shareholder meetings are, this seemed like an off-the-cuff comment from Iger, but one that he will hopefully follow through on. Of course, it's far too early to speculate about what we'd see more Figment. So there's the lovable character himself, meeting and greeting at the, of course, Imagination Pavilion. But pretty cool, pretty cool. Any thoughts on Figment? Anybody in the chat? Let me go back. Oh, here's a good one. Boy, Blog Mickey's just nailing them, knocking him out of the park today. Oh, Cheeky Man fan probably appreciates all my baseball references today. You gotta be quick. Guests visiting Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe today will not be serenaded by resident artist Sunny Eclipse, as he's gone missing from the stage. More accurately, his platform has been replaced by a special events platform for reasons unknown. Typically, the special event stage is rolled out for, you guessed it, special events such as Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party and Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. That said, there are no special events going on right now, so Sunny's disappearance could be interesting. And here's a photo of Sunny Eclipse. Sunny Eclipse missing from Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe. As you can see in our photos below, Sunny Eclipse is not currently performing at Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe. It's actually eerily quiet in the space with no other background music playing. The stage is capable of working like an elevator of sorts, with the currently visible special event stage usually on the utilidors level below the dining location. When the stage is in this configuration, Sunny Eclipse and his Astro Organ are lifted into a recessed part of the ceiling. With no special events on the calendar that we're aware of, I'm guessing that Sunny Eclipse isn't working at the moment, and Disney decided to lift him out of sight. Sunny went missing for a couple of months in early 2023 as well. Sunny Eclipse was playing up until recently. Here's a look at the stage during our visit to Magic Kingdom today. No word on when Sunny will return, but hopefully it's soon. So, yep, Sunny Eclipse missing. And there's another photo at the top with a different vantage point from the side angle. Okay, let's go back and see if we have any other interesting news articles, and let me check the chat real quick. John Connor says Dupree, and Kelby says more Figment would be amazing. I agree, Kelby. We cannot get enough Figment. Disney cast crew member Monique says sure, and Mama Duck, welcome back, Mama Duck. Mama Duck says thanks for taking us along today. Love your videos. And over in this direction, of course, is stroller parking.
Do you want to break the wheels here? Yes.
And I got to get back to Mama Duck. So we did see Mama Duck pop into the chat, I believe, over on the Pete McDivitt show last night. If you're just joining us, John at Fun to Be Free was a featured guest star on the Pete McDivitt show on Disney Insomniacs. If you didn't have a chance, I recommend you head on over to his YouTube channel and check it out. And Mama Duck also says, thanks for taking us along today. Love your videos. Disney cast crew member Monique says, hi, Mama. Mama Duck says hi with the hand waving.
Inside the vehicle at all times.
Let me check the actual news again.
Keep your eyes on
So here's a photo tour. I'm sure a lot of people on chat will be very interested to see this. We're approaching, of course, Easter or spring break here at the Walt Disney World Resort. So photo tour, detailed look at Grand Floridian Resort Easter eggs. Check out what's new in 2025. Disney's Grand Floridian Resort is in the Easter season mood, debuting its Easter egg lineup this week. Grand Floridian is the first resort at Walt Disney World to debut their 2025 Easter eggs, with the other resorts to officially debut on April 1st. We made it out to Disney's Grand Floridian Resort recently to take a detailed look at the new and returning Easter egg displays. 2025 Grand Floridian Easter eggs. This year, there are 20 Easter egg showpieces with a mixture of new eggs and returning favorites. The eggs will officially be on display through April 20th. Here's a look. Oh, I think we're missing a photo. We'll start with a wide look at the eggs before taking a more detailed look at each egg. So I'll just scroll through these slowly. And as I do, I'll check the chat.
Kilimanjaro Safaris.
Ryan Wesley says, I watched you on Pete's show last night. Oh, I think you commented, Ryan Wesley. Thank you for joining us there.
Keep up with the party in front of you and fill in all the available space. It is not
So I'm taking a look at all the Easter eggs. Like Blog Mickey says, we're going to go in for a detailed look, and I'm scrolling real slow because there's a lot to see here. He's probably got a lot of good detailed photos.
Someone in a scooter or wheelchair. Please have this person lead your party through the line.
The culinary staff at the Walt Disney World Resort does such a great job too. They say Inside Out 2 egg display by cast member Fabi, F-A-B-I. So there you go. Blog Mickey always has good camera, I think, good lens, good photos, does such a good job. Shout out to blogmickey.com again. Always the hardest working, photographer and author at the Walt Disney World Resort, along with Tom Bricker over at DisneyTouristBlog.com. Brother Bear egg display by cast member Jade. I'll just go. Maybe we should start expediting. Okay, I'll go a little faster because we're running out of time, so you can get an overall. Okay, it jumped. So okay, let's take this off the screen, and we're getting ready. We have to prepare for the Kilimanjaro Safari.
Thank you guys.
Hello there.
Hello, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Awesome, have a great day.
You too.
Once again, have a wonderful safari.
Okay, I'm a bit discombobulated. I'm trying to get the bat phone back in my pocket, and I'm trying to zip it with one hand. However, these zippers on this particular pair of shorts in the cargo doesn't want to zip. It gets bound up. So I'm fighting the zipper. Hold on a second. All my attention is trying to get this zipper zipped. I know, good for the show, right? Okay, here, let's get a shot over here while I'm struggling with the zipper. All right, in just a few moments, we are going to actually board our safari transport vehicle. You can see it up ahead here. We'll be grouped in one of the various rows. Hello there, just one.
Row 4.
Row 4, thank you so much. So in this case, we got row number 4. Row 4, woot 4. Oh, there goes the vehicle right now. And we got another one coming. Tiki Man fan, are you excited? This has got to be among your favorite attractions here. This most likely is our vehicle coming in to load.
To ensure a safe and pleasant trip, you should be in good health and free from high blood pressure.
All the way over to the left side of your truck, making room for your whole party. My friends, on that right-hand side, please watch your hands, arms, feet, and legs. Those doors will be sliding closed.
Row.
It'll take a while, but then No, at this point.
Yeah, make sure
See, he stays seated facing forward.
And we're about to advance.
Asante San awarded, which means thank you. And as we say here in Harambe, Twende, which means let's go.
Let's go.
Friends, my name is Tony. I'm from Tampa, Florida, and I'm going to be your safari truck driver here at Harambe Wildlife Reserve. We're from Tampa? Yeah. Oh, that's great. I love it. We love it. All right, friends. I do have to let you guys know, make sure we are staying seated, keeping our hands, arms, feet, and legs in the vehicle at all times. If I have any lap sitters, the lap we're on is the lap we're going to stay on. That means no switching laps, no standing in the lap, and please don't hold anyone in the air like Simba. It's going to be real bumpy, my friends. I'll do it Hakuna Matata. Have no worries as we make our way through Africa together. Now, is this anyone's first time on the safari? Oh, that's so cool, guys, because guess what? Mine too.
Mama Duck says, great show last night, fun to be free with Pete.
See some pretty cool animals. And unfortunately for you guys, I'm a certified yapper, so by the time we're done, y'all are going to be sick of my voice. But it's okay, because I'll be talking about the animals the whole time, and it's going to be really cool. Now, this first area we're about to enter is called Little Aturi Forest. It is home to a lot of animals that are very good at camouflaging. They're going to have stuff like dark coats or stripes, so I recommend keeping an eye out for those characteristics. That's because they're going to use those coats and stripes to hide really well with the bushes and the trees around them. So I'll keep my eyes peeled and I'll look around, see if we can spot anyone, but I was never any good at Where's Waldo, so we'll see what happens. There they are. Over on the right, guys, that is an okapi walking around over there. Now you're going to notice that that okapi has some black and white stripes on their hind ends. That's because they're used to help them blend in really well. Now they kind of look like they're related to zebras because of their stripes, but they're not. They're actually way more closely related. They're actually one of the only living relatives of a giraffe. They have the same skull shapes. They also have super long tongues. Their tongues are so long they can lick their own eyeballs. Now, they do go by another name called Ghost of the Forest, and that's because they weren't able to document them until 1901. Anytime past that, the locals kind of talked about them like they were a ghost story. They use those stripes because when they're hiding in the bushes, it's going to look like light beaming in from the trees up ahead, keeping them hidden from not just people, but predators. Now, when I make this turn, look at that nest on the right-hand side. Those are saddle-billed storks. Now, the one with their back facing us is a female. The one sitting down is a male. The way to tell the difference are females have yellow eyes, males have brown. They have a wingspan about 9 feet, which is the same width as a canopy above your heads. If you look to the left, you can see the black rhino. Black rhinos are the smaller of the two species found here on the reserve. They get to about 63 inches in height at their shoulders. Those horns are made out of keratin, which is the same protein both our fingernail and hair is made out of. Their upper lip comes to a point, and that's what helps them eat high vegetation, like off of bushes. On our right, guys, you're going to see that closer to us, hiding behind some trees, are greater kudu's, and then further back, the rustic red antelopes are bongos. Now, greater kudu's, those are two females we just saw, and the way I can tell they're females is that they don't have horns on their head. Only males grow horns, and their horns get to about 6 feet in length. Meanwhile, the bongos, both male and females can grow those horns. Their horns get closer to 3 feet in length. The real way to tell the difference between a male and female are by their coats. The males have darker coats than females. Now we're going to keep going because we're going to head over to Safi River. Safi River is home to a lot of aquatic life living both in and out of the water. So keep your eyes peeled to see who we can spot.
And Mama Duck, I'll repeat it again. Great show last night, fun to be free with Pete.
Now right off the back, there's going to be
Disney
an island
cast
on your right-hand
crew
side.
member Monique says, hope everyone has been going well for you, Ryan.
Pelicans.
And Kylie McGowan in the chat says, hi, Mama Duck.
Because during mating season, the skin on their back, their face, and legs will turn a light shade of pink, almost like a blush. They have a wingspan of about 9 feet, just like those saddle-billed storks, except they're actually the smallest pelican species. On our right-hand side, guys, you're going to be able to see some hippos in the water.
Oh, right there.
Those are hippopotamuses. They can hold their breaths for about 8 minutes at a time, so they do spend a lot of time in the water.
Oh.
Now, they are really cool, guys. They'll drop their body weight down to the bottom of the riverbed and walk on it like how a horse walks on land.
Okay.
They do come out at night though. They'll come out and travel about 6
Mama
miles.
Dex says, hi Kylie.
Between 80 to 100 pounds of vegetation. Help you put that in perspective, a baby hippo is born at 80 pounds. Now they do grow to be about 2,500 to 5,500 pounds. Now we're going to keep going, guys. If you keep looking on our left-hand side, you're going to be able to see some Nile crocodiles. The Nile crocodile, make sure we stay seated, my friends. My friends in the back, please stay seated. The Nile crocodile is the largest reptile found in Africa. They get to about 16 to 20 feet in length. They're really cool.
Ryan Wesley says, hi Mama Duck.
You're going to see with its mouth open, and that's because they're really hot. When they get overheated, a lot of times it's due to gas building up in their stomach, and it's a very warm gas. So they'll open their mouths to release that gas, and it helps cool their body temperature.
Mama Dex says, hi Ryan Wesley.
Now we're going to keep going. We're going to see what else is up ahead. We're about to enter the savannah. So this is going to be where that safari guide, that spotting guide above your head is really going to start coming into play. Because most of the animals found throughout the savannah is found on that spotting guide. Now, we won't see every animal that lives in there, but we'll see a good amount. Now we're slowly going to make our way through because someone did call a little bit earlier that there was a giraffe walking in the road. So we're going to wait for that giraffe to move out of the way before we can continue our journey. Now before we enter the savannah, if you guys want to take a look to that right hand side, you can see that baobab tree. Baobab trees are native to here in Africa. They look leafless. That's because they're going to be leafless for about 9 months out of the year. During those 9 months, it's normally the dry season, so they can't, during those 9 months, they're not picking up or absorbing any water like they do during the rainy season, so instead they conserve enough of it to get through it. So they don't want to waste any of that water that they collected on leaves if they don't have to. Now there are animals that come through and will puncture holes in the trunk of the tree to drink water, and that's kind of why it also got its nickname, the Tree of Life. Now when I make this turn, look to the right, guys, you're going to be able to see some Ankole cattle hanging out over there. Now those Ankole cattle are super cool. They have those huge horns on their head that look heavy, but they're actually primarily hollow. There's a honeycomb structure in the center that's going to have blood vessels that run all throughout it. Those blood vessels are what's going to help regulate their body temperature, cooling them down and warming them up. Now here on the right, guys, those are Maasai giraffes. Maasai giraffes are the tallest giraffe species in the world, making them the tallest animals in the world. They can get to about 20 feet in height. Their tongues grow 18 to 22 inches long, which is the same length as if you were to hold out your arm. And the tip of your middle finger to where your elbow bends in is about how long their tongues get.
Kylie McGowan says, wow.
I just watched the zebras walk out in front of that truck. That's why we were sitting here for a second. Now guys, they use their long tongues to wrap around tree branches, stripping the leaves from the tree. You can actually kind of tell the tallest giraffe in the area based off of how high the lowest sitting leaves in a tree are. Now as we keep going, we're going to pass some more animals. These are Hartman Mountain zebras hanging out with some wildebeest. But if you look to the left, I'll talk about them in a second. Look to the left in that cave. You're going to be able to see some African painted dogs. Now these African painted dogs are super cool. They kind of look like hyenas, but they're not. They're actually way more closely related to a domesticated dog than to a hyena. Their coats are unique to them the same way how our fingerprints are unique to us. To the left, you can see the wildebeest, but behind the wildebeest are some dark brown antelopes. Those are sables. Now those sables' horns grow up super long. They grow about 5 feet, curving towards the back of their body. That's what's going to help them protect themselves from ambush predators like the painted dogs. Now those Hartman mountain zebras that we just saw, guys, can run about 40 miles per hour. They migrate once a year. .35 miles per hour. Now we're going to keep going. We're going to see what else is kind of hanging in this area. The animals started to hang out towards the front of the savannah today and not really over here, which is fine. We're going to enter another part of the savannah. It's going to be a little bit more crowded by vegetation. It's because you're going to find a lot of larger animals that live in there that likes the shade. We're hopefully going to run into some African elephants. All of this fallen debris around us is what's going to give you that idea, because they're very large animals. They weigh 4,000 to 14,000 pounds, so they can push pretty much anything and everything in front of them over. If you guys look to the left along that wall, you can see a female mandrill walking over there. The way I can tell she's a female is by her size. Females get to about 30 pounds, males get closer to 100. And on the right, you can see that African elephant as well. African elephants can weigh anywhere from 4,000 to 14,000 pounds. They're really large. Their trunks alone have 100,000 muscles in it, and that's what they use for a lot of different things, eating with, drinking with, moving stuff around. It's pretty cool. Now we're going to keep going, guys. We're going to see what else we can catch up to up ahead. So the way elephants stay cool during hot days are by their ears. There are blood vessels that run all throughout their ears, and when they get too hot, they'll start fanning themselves, which helps cools them down. It's important that they can regulate their body temperature, and that's because they don't migrate, so they're here year-round. That's also why they hang out in a lot of like shaded areas. They have very sensitive skin, so they try to keep it away from as much harsh UV lights as they can. On our right hand side, guys, you're going to see all this red clay forming. Red clay is super vital to the animals that live here. It's because it's filled with enriching minerals. A lot of animals eat it, and it's kind of like their equivalent to vitamins. You can kind of see where some elephants got to recently based off those tusk marks. Now guys, we did just see only one African elephant over there, but sometimes you'll see large herds of them. Those large herds, majority of the time, are mainly females. So when a baby is born, the females will actually chase the male from the herd to raise the young on their own. The male will then join what's called a bachelor herd, which consists of about 6 males, or sometimes they'll just hang out by themselves. Now guys, we might be hanging out here for a second. Only reason I say that is because they said that there were ostriches in the road up ahead. And the ostriches love to cause mischief, so they will hang out there for as long as they want. Looks like we're moving, so hopefully they got them out of the way. Now guys, earlier I did talk about the baobab tree, and we've passed 3 of them already. That's because they are very important to the animals here, especially the elephants. Now we're about to pass up on this flock of greater flamingos. Now they are the larger of the 2 species. They're super cool, guys. You're going to notice that not all of them are super pink. You're going to notice, guys, that they're not all pink, and that's because they're actually hatched with white feathers, not pink feathers. They have, they eat shrimp, which is a protein called beta-carotene, and in that beta-carotene not just changes the color of their feathers, but also the color of their skin. Now we are heading over to what we like to call rhino country. And you'll see just in a few moments why we call it that. This is where all the white rhinos love to hang around.
Oh.
White rhinos are the larger of the 2 species at about 65 inches in height. Now they don't have the best eyesight. They can only see clearly about 10 feet ahead of them. But they get around super well with their sense of hearing and smell. They're hanging out with that ostrich over there. Now you're going to notice that they like to hang out near this mud pit, and that's because they have very sensitive skin. So they'll roll around in the mud to coat their skin, and the skin what they're using as a natural sunscreen and insect repellent. Now that ostriches are the largest bird in the world, weighing about 300 pounds. They're also the fastest 2-legged animals. They run about 40 miles per hour, and I can tell she's a female by her feathers. Her feathers are gray. Males have black ones. Now they are super cool, guys. Their fun fact about them is that you see in movies and cartoons where they show them like burying their head in the sand. They don't actually do that. What they do instead is that they'll lay their head down in dirt, and because of the color matching, it just looks like they buried it. On our left, above that hill, you're gonna see some cheetahs laying down up there. Cheetahs will run anywhere between 60 to 70 miles per hour. When they're running, they can hit their top speed in about 3 seconds, and they can hold it for 100 yards. You see some more laying down over here a little bit closer. Now they're really good daytime hunters. That's because they have these black spots under their eyes, more like tear marks, and it's used to reflect the sun out of their eyes, giving them better vision during the day. Now we're about to pass this kopie up ahead, guys. Kopies are home to African lions, just like the 2 laying down up there. We're going to get a better look at them in just a few moments, though. Now that looks like 2 females laying under that rock. One of them is upside down. Now lions are nocturnal. They like to rest for about 20 hours out of the day, spending the last 4 hours hunting. They rest for so long because they want to try and consolidate as much energy as they can from the day to use during those last 4 hours of the night. And I say rest instead of sleep because they're not always sleeping most of the time. They're just kind of hanging out. A lion's roar can be heard up to about 5 miles away. To make this turn on the other side of the rock, you can see the young male laying down under that tree. And you can tell that he's young because his mane's not fully grown out yet. It's still pretty patchy. Now, male and female lions hunt together. The only time the male does not hunt with the females is if there's a cub in the picture, and that's because they're going to stay home to protect that cub. And up ahead, guys, we can see some warthogs. We'll get a better look at them in just a second when I make this turn, though, guys. Now, warthogs are really cool. They're very smart animals. They actually change the whole sleep schedule based off the predators in the area in order to protect themselves while the predators are out hunting. They're really cool. They'll actually go into their burrows but first tusk out, so that way they can protect themselves from predators trying to hunt. If you guys look to the right when I make this turn, you're going to see that ostrich standing up on the other side of the bush. Now that ostrich is hanging out in this area because up ahead on the right, you're going to be able to see her eggs. Each one of these eggs weigh about 3 pounds and can withstand super heavy weights. They're over there on the right, guys. It's because, like I said, ostriches weigh close to 300 pounds, so they have to be able to withstand the weight of mom. Now they are really cool. We are heading over to Magadi Glen now, though, which means we're leaving the savannah behind. Magadi Glen's home to local wardens, some of their Nigerian dwarf goats. Let's go check that out. Now, Nigerian dwarf goats look small in size, but their bodies are perfectly proportionate to have amazing balance. So they can find some pretty interesting areas. They're also very playful animals. They love to run, jump, and just kind of play in general. They're super cute, and there's actually one in the back of the warden's Jeep. Honestly, that's kind of the warden's fault. I keep telling them to close their Jeep, and they don't listen to me. Now, I will be dropping you guys off at your warden's post soon. That means that our time here together on the reserve is coming to an end. Do I say you take this time to gather your property? Make sure we have everything. I don't want you to accidentally leave anything behind today. If I have any wilderness explorers on board, you're on Simba 1.
Come in, Simba 1.
SIMBA and the number 1. You're going to go find a friend of mine in green khaki with an orange satchel, and that friend's going to be able to help you get your badge for riding the safari today. To say goodbye. Instead, I prefer to say Kwaherini. Kwaherini means go well, so go on to your next adventure wherever it may take you and have fun. Now, those adventures don't just mean anything you physically go out and find, but it's even education, because the biggest adventure in life is the knowledge that you learn along the way. It's because you can share that with others. Now when I drop you off, guys, head down to Gorilla Falls. It's about a 15-20 minute exploration trail, and you can check out some pretty cool animals. There are zebras, meerkats, gorillas, naked mole rats, and some pretty cool reptiles. I highly recommend. Now if you guys want to head over to Maharaja Jungle Trek, it's another 15-20 minute walkthrough. There are Komodo dragons, bats, and some tigers. You might be able to get to spot Boxo over there, which is the baby tiger. They're super cute.
What was the name?
Boxo.
Thank you.
Now I can't promise that he'll be out. They do kind of rotate him throughout the day, so you'd have to go over there and check, but you'll likely see some tigers out either way, and mom might be out or dad. They're really cool. Tigers are my favorite animals, so if you do get to see Boxo, tell him I said hi. Now guys, I hope you learned something new today on my safari, and hopefully share that knowledge that you learned with your friends, because part of fixing the problem is sharing about it. My friends, on the right, watch hands, arms, feet, and legs as doors are sliding open. Watch step as you leave. While reading, go big, go wild, go make a difference.
I'm gonna step down off the platform of the vehicle. We'll let the guests. I'm gonna check all my camera equipment, battery levels. We're currently charging on the 3rd fuel rod. I'm carrying 3 fuel rods on my person today. 2 of them have been depleted. I'm hoping we'll have enough power, enough electricity, enough juice to experience the entire Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. Let me check the chat here in just a few moments. I'll do a recap, a review. So during our experience on Kilimanjaro Safari, it looked like we were having or experiencing cellular dropouts. I was doing my best to fix it. I'm not certain how much of the safari you saw. At one point, the cameras disconnected because we were experiencing extreme dropouts. So poor cellular data reception. But there is directional sign right here indicating Gorilla Falls. So we're gonna head to our left-hand side. As we do, we'll take a quick look at the Wild Africa Trek, the Ultimate Animal Adventure signboard there. And then we'll keep pressing forward rather quickly, because like I said, I only have 1 fuel rod and I gotta keep these cameras powered. But let me go back to the chat here and review what I missed during the Kilimanjaro Safari. I may be repeating all this because I probably was whispering at the time. And Kylie McGowan, welcome to the channel. I believe you're a new subscriber to Fun to Be Free. Hello, Kylie. I'm John with Fun to Be Free. Kylie McGowan says, hi, Mama Duck. And Mama Duck says, hi, Kylie. Ryan Wesley says, hi, Mama Duck. Mama Duck says, hi, Ryan Wesley. Kylie McGowan goes, wow. And Auntie B, welcome back, Auntie B. Always nice to have you back as well, Auntie B. Auntie B says, hey, Ryan. And Ryan Wesley, hello, Auntie B. And then CXSMIC. Welcome, CXSMIC, along with MM. MM, welcome back. MM says thank you. Oh, and Scoot Adventures is back in the chat. Welcome in, Scoot Adventures says, hello, Fun to Be Free, friends. And Disney cast crew member Monique says, hi, Kylie and B. And if you're new to the channel, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to ring that notification bell. So I quickly want to mention in regards to the cellular data dropouts, every day I do live streams. I'm closely monitoring those issues, and every day I do make adjustments to my technical setup. So I'm attempting to dial it in, make it more reliable. But as you can probably imagine, when it comes to live streaming, there's a complex system just so we could go live. And my system, my setup is, in my opinion, among the most complex in order to bring you the breaking news, along with the bat phone, sending, of course, the image from my phone to your device at home. Over to our right-hand side is Zuri Sweets. We can pop in there and just take a quick look. We do have some live entertainment in the area. Let me just go through Zuri Sweets real fast. We actually walked past the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. I thought it would be fun to come in here. Oh, hello there. Thank you for making the magic. I'm sure everybody in the chat just wants to see what they have to offer. We're just gonna quickly look, and then we're gonna beeline and we're back to Gorilla Falls Exploration Trails. But I do want to mention they have Goofy's powdered candy, and they have these various flavors. I could swing around and get an idea. Many flavors to choose from. Behind the register wraps are various slushies and various flavors, and they also have packaged candies and popcorn at Zuri Sweets as well. And these items over here. But let's head over to Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail now. I just wanted to take a quick tangent for Rob's Mad World there. There's, like I said before, there's various outdoor vending carts in the area here. That one offering, of course, ice cream, pre-packaged ice cream.
All right. Now we get to go back.
I'm just taking a look at all the camera levels. Give me a second. Monitoring and technical setup. And Mama Duck says that was sweet. Thank you again for joining us, Mama Duck. How was the reception? How was the video quality? How did the picture come across? It probably blanked out a couple times. I tried to refresh the screen. You probably had no video and audio for a few moments as I was attempting to fix the issues with the camera and the cellular data. But we are now approaching the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. We may have the opportunity to see, some gorillas. Hello there. So just FYI note, Gorilla Falls will close at 6 p.m. I do believe Animal Kingdom does close at 6 p.m. tonight. Park hours are 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. today. Scuda Adventure says, yes, I can vouch for that. I stream and I can say you do have a complex setup, not similar to any other streamers I know or met. And that is a lot of them. Yes, so Scuda Adventures knows what he's talking about. He also is a live streamer. I encourage you to check out his channel over on YouTube, Scuda Adventures. He helps people in need. It looks like we have some station back up here. I'm not certain if it's there's like the tamarin monkey, I think it is. Yeah, up here. We can't see it because of the bamboo. We'll get a better look here. Let me try to zoom in. I don't want to stand here too long because this area is very congested. People are just trying to make their way through.
I don't understand it. I just start hearing the clicking noise of like throwing out the... Okay, you can walk though, okay? Just go ahead and walk next to it.
We could go over here and pull over and see if they, oh yeah, we got a shot over here. Let me get in here for a closer look. There we go. And FastPass Radio says, yeah, this setup is awesome. Well, I'm glad you think so, FastPass Radio. But it comes with its challenges, I'll tell you that. Sometimes I wish that I just had an iPhone on a gimbal and I could just be boring fun to be free. But I like adding all the bells and whistles and adding all the production value so I could stream live to your various devices at home from the Walt Disney World Resort. Tiki Man Fan says, hey Scuda. And Scuda Adventure says, your setup is really impressive. Well, thank you, Scuda Adventures. I really appreciate that. Put a lot of time and effort, and I dedicated, of course, research into bringing essentially the most reliable stream from the Walt Disney World Resort. But as you see, there's certain times I'm just having extreme difficulties getting an actual stream out to you. But keep in mind that most of the technical difficulties have come from different parts of my setup, meaning it's not the same thing over and over again. I keep encountering new technical issues, as you could probably imagine, and I work through them on a daily basis. I'm just trying to dial it in and get it as best as possible. Scooter Adventure says, hey Tiki. And if you're new to the channel, jump into the live chat. Auntie B says, great interview with the Peach Show last night. Well, thank you, Auntie B. I appreciate that. So if you've just joined us, we are at Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park, streaming live. And last night, I was the guest star on the Pete McDivitt Show. If you have not had the opportunity to do so, I encourage you to go over and click on the Pete McDivitt Show. Check out Disney Insomniacs from yesterday or last night. Well, thank you. We're gonna rock it through here because the data or the reception, the signal's not that great in this building. It's like a Faraday cage in here with all the metal, I think. So we're back outside. Hopefully we went through that fast enough. And so again, thank you again, Auntie B. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I had fun being Pete's guest star last night. And also, if you're new to the channel, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring that notification bell. Here, let's go check this out. The School of Fish. And Tiki Man Fan says, nice to see you at Auntie B. We got more fish down here. Hold on, let's get a better shot. Get a better angle. Oh, even a duck. Anybody know what type of duck that is? Because I have no idea. Tiki Man Fan says, McDivitt, not McDivitt. McDivitt. McDevitt. I hope I'm saying that right, Tiki Man Fan. McDevitt. Look at the gorgeous waterfall. Tiki Man Fan said, it's a Disney duck. Good one. I'll just have to use it. And we have another Disney animal right here. Scooter Adventure says, hey, I'm that boring guy with a simple gimbal, John. Ha ha. I like vlogging with my Action 4 just as much as streaming. Yeah, the Action 4 is pretty impressive, Scooter, as we discussed before. That's what my secondary or B camera is, if you will. B as in Bravo. The only exception with, of course, the Action 4 is that the low light, you know, it's, oh, we have a hippo here. Low lights, you know, leaves a little to be more desired. But the hippo is in the water. We're gonna see it, go down here. Can we see it? It's, yeah, kinda. Tiki Man Fan says, now you have it. So, McDivitt, Tiki Man Fan. Got it.
Oh, good job.
Thank you so much. Auntie B says, thanks, Tiki Man Fan. I don't know. Where'd he go? Oh, here he is, above here. So hard to see in the water. Tiki Man Fan says all our fave streams have a gimbal, Scooter. That's why I love this new tech. Disney cast crew member Monique says, hi, Scooter. And Tiki Man Fan says, I'm sure you get a lot of Andy Griffith references at Auntie B. Because that's what goes through my head too every time Auntie B pops in, is Andy Griffith. Yeah, you nailed it, Tiki Man fan. I really like it when Tiki Man fan joins us here. I can only imagine Tiki Man fan is quite busy. He's probably typing away coding Linux, also viewing this and viewing other streams simultaneously, possibly moderating as well other streams. What a busy man that could multitask. Tiki Man fan. Hello there. Well, thank you. Thank you for making the magic.
Thank you. I've got a cool camera here too.
Oh, here. Is it okay if I flip my camera around? Okay. All right. So this nice cast member, I didn't catch your name.
Alexandra.
Alexandra from Liberty University. Tiki Man fan. Alexandra from Liberty University is showing us her camera here.
I have a camera trap over here.
Camera trap?
Yeah, we use them to track animals in the wild.
I see.
Yeah, in Florida, we were able to use camera traps to track the Florida panther,
Okay.
which was once widespread throughout the state, and then we weren't seeing it anymore, which was concerning for scientists. But through camera traps, we were able to find them again and count their population.
Okay.
So tracking is really essential for conservation efforts, especially with our endangered species.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
And real quick, dumb questions. On this particular item here, how do you mount it? Is there a mount?
Yeah. So I
Here we go.
believe that we use mounts and things like that
Here, let
to
me-
attach them to the trees.
I see.
And bushes and things like that.
Yeah. Okay, so here's
with
the
different,
mount.
like twine.
Oh, I see.
Or another type of just fastening
Okay.
material, you'd be able to mount it to a tree.
I see. I see.
But yeah, if you like cameras, I definitely recommend looking into like camera trap footage. Like on websites like explore.org, you can see live camera trap footage from all different animals around the world.
Cameratrap.org, you said?
It's going to be explore.org.
Oh, excuse me, explore.org. Okay, I'll have to check out explore.org.
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. And then, of course, are you a wilderness explorer?
I am a wilderness explorer. Are you interested in having a hand?
Yeah, I would.
Absolutely. I can get you your badge on page 18 for helping you learn some more about
Okay.
tracking.
There we go.
All throughout the park, you can earn different badges for doing fun things like tracking and exploring with us. On the front is your map with all of our different badges.
Oh, wonderful.
We'll be out exploring until 6 o'clock today.
Okay, well, thank you again, Alexandra.
Thank you, too. You have a wonderful day.
You too. So I'm going to back up now. We have multiple junior explorers here, and they want to, of course, get their Wilderness Explorer Handbook stickers on there as well, probably on page 18. But let's continue here. We have the Gravy's zebra and the meerkat. Last time we were here, we saw the meerkat popping up and down. Let's attempt to find it. Let's attempt to spot the meerkat. I'm looking. I just don't see. Just don't see anything here. Okay, let's keep going then. Let's keep going.
What kind of animals might you see in the park near you? A dog?
Here, hold on. So
What else might you see?
let me get out of the way here. There's a lot of people coming. Hold on a second.
Deer, right? Do you guys have deer near you? What other foods might deer?
Let me check the chat here. Give me a second. Tiki Man fan, I think I got the name tag for you. I shouted it out. And Mama Duck says, how cute for the kids. That's right, Mama Duck. We have the Wilderness Explorer's Handbook with our sticker. Well, more importantly, here, let me try to put the Wilderness Explorer Handbook in my pocket. And we will check these guys out here. Look. Ryan Wesley says, John, now you have to finish that handbook sometimes. Well, let's definitely try, Ryan Wesley. Auntie B says, hello, Debbie Bernfeld. And Tiki Man fan says, no offense intended at Auntie B. That other Aunt B was a staple in my upbringing. Yes, so Tiki Man fan, I've seen, I think, every episode of the Andy Griffith show. And Casey Rodriguez says, Oh, and NTB says mine to Tiki Man fan. We're getting a shot here of a gorilla's backside. There is a more popular baby gorilla over here. Let's get this shot. Oh, hello there.
No, I looked this morning. Legs crossed, arm behind the head.
Everybody taking a nap.
That was you. Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. We usually run it back. We usually run it back, you're right.
That's how I look around the couch.
I actually still think that's how you look when you're on the couch.
So Tiki Man fan,
especially when we're about to watch a movie.
all the gorillas are taking naps, as you see. They're not very active. Let's see. We'll try to get out of the way here so other people can get in here. Not too much activity going on here right now.
Macho ali, a fêmea macho ali. Esse aqui é o bebezinho.
Está la familia durmiendo. Están durmiendo. Mira, se está arrancando, mira, se está arrancando. Ay. Se está arrancando. Se despertó, mira, mira, mira. Míralo, 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 míralo. Míralo, míralo, vamos, míralo.
Oh, got some activity. Okay, I'm gonna back up because I'm just hogging the show here. Okay, like I keep saying, there's not too much activity. I'm attempting to navigate through the crowd. We'll get going here. Let me check the camera levels and the battery and the fuel rod. So not too much activity, as I keep repeating here with the gorillas.
Mírame, qué lindo.
You're watching a live streaming coverage from Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park here at the Walt Disney World Resort. Okay, we're going to traverse across this suspension bridge, and as we do, we may have the opportunity to see even more animals here on the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. I think a good giveaway is crowds of people. If there's people, there might be animals. So we got some people up here. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, we got the gorillas up here. Hold on. They're active. Here we are. Here we go.
Yes, exactly right.
Still playing.
They are, yeah. You know, brothers.
Yeah.
Brothers, yeah. They're always wrestling. They have some pretty good wrestling moves. They used to wrestle from the window. Headlock, reverse headlock.
I remember that.
Get out of it. I'm like, how do you get out of it? Get out of it. I'm like,
now these two, are they related?
they are.
Okay, they went behind the trees there. We're gonna start pulling back. I keep looking at the fuel rod. I don't have much more juice, much more power left in the only remaining fuel rod. So we're gonna have to pick up another fuel rod in the area. May have to go back to Discovery Island to replace the fuel rod. As everybody knows, I keep saying I gotta keep my cameras powered. If they start getting below 20%, they get a little flaky and they could actually just shut down. So I'm constantly monitoring the power levels in my two cameras. Oh, Tiki Man fan. I think he's got it. He says Corey and Flint are playing. So the gorilla's back there. Tiki Man fan, I do believe, is indicating their names are Corey and Flint, and they were playing excellent. So I'm sorry to cut it short, Tiki Man fan. We got to head and get another fuel rod. And if you're new to the channel, jump into the live chat. What's on your mind? Today's video topic, of course, is Disney is moving quickly on replacing It's Tough to Be a Bug with the new Zootopia 3D show attraction here at Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park. If you're just tuning in, once the live stream concludes, we're not stopping now, but once it concludes, go back, start the video over, and I'll go over all the breaking news in regards to the new Zootopia, better Zoogether attraction coming most likely in the winter of 2025. My speculation is when they say winter, I would imagine it's going to be around the holidays. So just at the end of December would be my best guess. Anybody in the chat have any other speculation, opinions, or any other thoughts when the new Zootopia attraction will open here at Animal Kingdom? Tiki Man fan says must have power. So is that a short circuit reference, Tiki Man fan? Need more input. So I'm walking with an accelerated pace. We have to actually go get another fuel rod. I'm apprehensive to head in that direction because we were having cellular breakouts earlier over there in that direction. So I'm actually going to go, I think, to Discovery Island to get another fuel rod. So we just came out of Zuri Suites previously to going into Gorilla Falls. And here's another merchandise location in Africa that you could purchase, of course, hand-carved goods in there as well. Very neat. Oh, we got a band here. Too bad we can't stay for the band. I'll just take, a quick, brief look because we really got to get a fuel rod here. But the band is always so fun. There's a lot of wind in this area too. Tiki Man fan says, yes, I like that movie, but he was all about input.
To our friends on the dance floor doing a fantastic job. All right, the music and the party continues. This next song comes all the way from Tanzania. It's called Malaika. It means my angel. We're going to dedicate this one to all the happy children. Come on over. You can help us play some bells on the dance floor.
Like I said, we gotta go get a fuel rod. I'm actually putting my bat phone back in my pocket. Hold on a second. And Auntie B says, another job well done, John. Well, thank you, Auntie B, I appreciate that. We're just leaving Africa now, and we're gonna head into Discovery Island. We're gonna actually pick up 3 fuel rods, so count them, 1, 2, 3 fuel rods. You're watching live streaming coverage from Disney's Animal Kingdom here at the Walt Disney World Resort. While we're in the area, I was gonna say maybe we should get a drink of water up here. You've seen it before, you'll see it again. We're actually passing Creature Comforts. It's of course this Starbucks location here at Animal Kingdom. You can see the marquee sign coming into view now. It's very windy here. I'm almost debating whether we should check the weather, whether we should pop it up. It doesn't look like rain, but it's almost feeling like a storm is coming. Not anytime soon though. And like I said, since we're here, I'm gonna get a drink of water. Give me a second, I'll turn the camera around to a boring view so you can look behind me. This is my favorite drinking fountain here at the Animal Kingdom. Okay, we're now in Discovery Island, and there's a couple of fuel rod dispensing stations to choose from. The one I believe we'll go to is the Island Mercantile location. It's just up ahead here. It's a, of course, merchandise location here in Discovery Island. And if you're new to the channel, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to get to the fuel rod dispenser as quick as possible here. That's always, you know, a photo finish, Lois, from the Family Guy. Large outdoor vending cart in the area, making a lot of noise. And it looks like the fuel rod dispensing location is currently busy. I'm debating on whether going to the other one. It appears that they're purchasing a fuel rod. I'm not quite certain. I would imagine that they're gonna take a little bit more time. So let's go to the other one. So let's go over to the Discovery Trading Company. So there is, of course, behind us a fuel rod location and another one on the opposite side. In the meantime, here is a gorgeous view of the Tree of Life. I'm frantically trying to get over to the fuel rod station. I just don't want the cameras to power down unexpectedly. So the reason why we're going over here is that group looked like they had a card, a gift card, or a credit card out, and they were debating on whether to purchase the actual fuel rod. But this location seems like it generally never has a line. So we're gonna hit swap, pop number 1 in. Give me a second here, hold on. You're watching live streaming coverage from Disney's Animal Kingdom. And I'm waiting for the swap to come back. Checking machine status swap. So that's number 2. Now I have to take the fuel rod out of the holder on the camera. Hold on a second. That's 2. Come back down. I'm gonna hit swap here in a few moments. Come on. Okay. In the meantime, I'll take this fuel rod, I'll put it back in its home, its holder. One moment. So we have success. We got 3 fuel rods. Let me grab these suckers and we're gonna roll. Let's keep going here. So if you've just joined us in today's live stream, today's video topic was about Disney moving forward quickly replacing It's a Bug's Life, or It's Tough to Be a Bug, with the new Zootopia Better Zoogether attraction. It's a 3D show that I speculate will open around the holidays this year, so December 2025. This guy, John at Fun to Be Free, is suggesting that I think the new Zootopia attraction will be debuting here at Animal Kingdom theme park. But let's get back on track. And I have to check the power levels in my devices. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm gonna put my sunglasses on. I'm walking into the sun. And I'm still carrying the Wilderness Explorer's Handbook in my pocket. That's probably not a really good shot because it's probably dark with the sun behind it. I'm gonna put it back in my pocket here. We'll actually head towards Pandora. Let's go check out the standby wait times for the actual 2 attractions located in Pandora. Oh, we got bubbles, 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 bubbles. I'm very interested to see how long Flight of Passage standby wait time is. Yesterday, we were over at the Magic Kingdom, and it was actually a good to go day. The attendance was on the lighter side, very comfortable. Today at Animal Kingdom, not bad at all. Today's hours at the Animal Kingdom are 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. So I can only imagine starting very shortly. Most of the guests that we're seeing now are going to start, going back to their resort hotels, maybe to the pool, maybe go get ready for dinner, maybe some park hopping. Maybe a small percentage of them will head over to Epcot for some dinner reservations. But if you're new to the channel, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to ring that notification bell. And I'll come over here just real quick so you can see the river or the waterway below. And I can hear it now, the background music. When I say music, it's more like, background jungle ambiance, but it definitely changes here in Pandora as we approach Valley of Mawara. And it always seems to be a very popular spot to get your photo taken over here. I don't believe the water feature is working at the moment. In the evenings, this whole area emits a bioluminescent glow. In other words, if you look on the ground, everything in greenish color, it will emit, dark light blue. We could head over to the upper level here at Pandora, and we could take in the stunning views of the floating mountains overhead. We could pause just for a moment. There's a Disney PhotoPass photographer taking a picture of this family here. This is not the best shot, so I won't stay here too long, but you got the sun in the background. I don't know what you're seeing, but it's quite dark on my camera screen. So let's keep going here. We're gonna navigate down the steps to the lower level, and we'll go check out the wait time for the 2 attractions here. We're walking down the steps. Hold on, give me a second.
I just want to know where he's going.
It's a little windy here. Can you hear the wind gusts? The microphone does a good job eliminating the wind noise, but the gusts are ever increasing. Okay, for Navi River Journey, we have a standby entrance of 50 minutes. 50 minutes. emitting from the green LED wait time sign. So let's go over in this direction to Flight of Passage here. And I really like the waterfall. Generally, there's a Disney PhotoPass photographer in the area. Oh, I think they spotted them. They're over there this time. Let me get out of the way. There's many people taking photos here. Give me a second. We'll go around. We're in the shade now. I think I can get a better shot of the waterfall. Bobart, back in the chat. Bobart, hello from Mars. Oh, come on now, Bobart. Where are you from? Bobart says, it's fun to be free. Taking all this amazing ambiance. I was gonna say, if Flight of Passage is not too long, we should join the queue, but I'm seeing, I believe it's 105 minutes. We'll get even closer to double check that. So emitting from the green LED signboard, I'm pretty certain it says 105, so 105 minutes. So that might be it. Oh yeah, I think there's people up on the bridge stalled, so 105 minutes there. I'm sure a lot of guests come up to the cast members here at Flight of Passage and ask, is it really 105 minutes? And they'll probably reply, yep, yeah. Okay, let's pull back because we got a large group of guests gathered near the marquee. We'll go around here. And since we're over in the area, let's go check out the waterfalls that I really like these waterfalls over here too. Such great ambience in the area. So it seems like a lot of people just, deliberate around Flight of Passage marquee. In other words, the standby and lightning lane entrance. It's almost like they're in disbelief, or they're debating on whether they want to wait that long, or they have questions with cast members. Are there any other attractions that seem like a lot of people just hang out in front of it for quite a long period of time? Anybody in the chat have any experience with that? Because you can see this, there's like, I wouldn't call it a large gathering, but there's a sizable amount of people who are just waiting. They're checking their phones, probably checking other wait times on the My Disney Experience app, inquiring their questions with the cast member posted at the marquee. And I also see a lot of people, or a high volume of people, that do enter this attraction queue or the standby entrance, and then they end up returning. Like as I turned around, there was a large group of tourists, meaning like tour groups in blue shirts, that they had second thoughts and came back. But let's head down towards Wind Traders. Just pretend we rode Pandora, one of the most mind-blowing attractions here at the Walt Disney World Resort. And then we exited into the gift shop. Exit through the gift shop, the Wind Traders. We'll just go take a quick look. In fact, let's go around the back. We'll swing around the back like we just exited and walk down the ramp, the pathway here. And Rob's Mad World says, hey John, do you remember Rocket Rods? It was such a long wait. When I was a kid, I felt like 4 hours. Oh, Rob's Mad World, you're right. So, okay, real quick. I never actually worked the Rocket Rods. Remember the pre-show? But I do remember exactly what you're talking about. So this big heavy gate in front of us, I open. Like I said, pretend we just exited off this world-class attraction and we navigated down this pathway. And then we're gonna go into Wind Traders. But Rob's Mad World, yeah, I totally remember Rocket Rods. Remember how you had to go in the tunnel below, essentially their Rocket Tower Plaza, but it's not exactly called Rocket Tower Plaza. And then you popped up and you came up into the station. and then you got on the attraction Rocket Rods, and then it's just, you were so excited after waiting literally, like Rob's Mountain World said, for 4 hours, and then it was underwhelming, and then it was a short-lived attraction. For anybody that isn't aware what the Rocket Rods are, they took over the People Mover. In other words, Disney and Tony Baxter replaced the People Mover in 1998 with the Rocket Rods with the new Tomorrowland. So I'm just going to say it's a very underwhelming experience. Oh yes, yes I am. I'm John with Fun to Be Free. Do you have a smartphone or cell phone with you?
No.
Oh, you don't? Okay. But I'm Fun to Be Free. Look me up. We're streaming live on YouTube right now. So, you have a phone? No. Oh, okay. So remember fun? I'm sorry?
How many views do you have?
Right now? Or total?
Total.
Oh, I have a lot. A lot of people like to see live. But check me out. Fun to Be Free. Take care. Have a great day. Okay. So in Wind Traders. Wind Traders right now. Let's talk about Rocket Rods. And yes, so Rob's Mad World, I never actually waited the 4 hours because the times that I experienced the attraction, I was on like a Disney cast blast. In other words, a cast member preview. And then I had multiple friends that worked the attraction, and they essentially gave me, you know, a backdoor pass, if you will. When I say backdoor pass, it was just admission to go through the back and not wait on the attraction. And Scoot Adventures is back. He says, Tiki, just saw your comment regarding gimbals. And yes, John's setup is amazing. I have worked in the video production field most of my life, and his setup is great. Well, thank you again, Scoot Adventures. And for anybody that just joined us or is new to the channel, I encourage you to check out Scoot Adventures over at YouTube. Shout out to Scoot Adventures. And Rob's Mad World says, yeah, there was like 3 rooms, and it was just horrible because you thought you were almost there and you'd be in another room, LOL. Yeah, and then you went into the Circle Vision pre-show with all the switchbacks. Yep. Rob's Mad World remembers that. He sure does. Agri-Future, Rob's Mad World, Agri-Future. Remember that? Let me head over to the drinking fountains here. So we're near the Satuli Canteen. And here's another good drinking fountain. The only issue is this one's really, it's out of order. Oh, never mind. Okay, we'll go inside. Take a look. It's in a book and a reading rainbow. Okay, we are now inside Satuli Canteen. Let me navigate around the stanchion. And we'll attempt to go look up the menu. When I say look it up, I'll enable the bat phone. Let me take the bat phone out of my pocket here. And we'll check out the actual menu. So there's my bat phone. I'm going to enable the wireless feature on it. Give me just a moment here so I could send my screen over to your device at home. Okay, in just a few moments, we'll be ready to go here. Okay, I'm searched for Satuli Canteen. So we're at the Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park in Pandora, the world of Avatar. They serve breakfast from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and they have lunch and dinner offerings from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Let's begin order by tapping on the actual button that says begin order. We'll mock it up. Select an arrival window. We'll hit now to 5 p.m. And they have a couple of featured offerings like the Ocean Moon Bowl. They also have this one that I can't pronounce, but it's a dessert. It's mousse. Along with a combination bowl smoked chimichurri braised beef and wood grilled chicken. What an excellent offering that is. I think I get that the most there. They also have the chili garlic shrimp bowl along with the chopped wood grilled chicken bowl. And I do want to point out that you select your base. So they offer like red and sweet potato hash, noodles, rice and beans, hearty salad, or no base as well. And then you also select your sauces. So you get choices of base and sauces. They also have the cheeseburger steam pods bao buns. Anybody in the chat ever had the bao buns? They taste exactly like a McDonald's hamburger to me. Anybody else also agree or concur with my statement? They taste like McDonald's hamburgers? Because I love it. They have the plant-based option like this chili spice crispy fried tofu bowl. They also offer some kids Disney check meals like the chopped wood grilled chicken bowl, along with the chili spice crispy fried tofu bowl, and additional kids meal offerings like a cheeseburger steam pod, this all beef hot dog wrapped in dough. I see these with the Junior Explorers, they seem pretty popular. And they also have the cheese quesadilla and the mousse dessert that we saw. This is really good though. This is actually one of my favorite desserts here. Blueberry cream cheese mousse. This thing is out of this world. They also offer Coca-Cola beverages, and this is a Pandoran Sunrise. So this is a Dole pineapple juice and Minute Maid limeade blended with Powerade melon and Powerade fruit punch. It's not bad. It's on the sweet side, but still not bad at all. They also offer the numerous beverages with alcohol, and even the Green Hawks Grog Ale. So that was a quick look at the Satuli Canteen menu. And we'll take it off the screen. And we're magically transported back to the pickup counter. We could push in a little closer, get a detailed look. I'm not gonna get too close to the food, but I'll just give you an example of what it actually looks like sitting there on the counter. This, of course, is mobile order pickup, where you pick up your food items once you do order it. Let me disable the wireless feature on the bat phone, and I'll be right with you. And I'll put the bat phone back in my pocket. And I'm gonna mess with the zipper that gets hung up. Give me a second here. Oh boy. One-handed, one finger, it's really tough to zip that zipper on my cargo pants. I should say cargo shorts. And I really like the background audio in this Satuli Canteen quick service dining establishment. Look at, there's not too many people in here. The attendance is lower, because I speculate that since Animal Kingdom does close at 6 p.m. today, that not too many people are choosing to dine with dinner here in the park. They're probably going back to their hotel, their resort hotel, possibly Epcot to park hop. Let me check the chat again. I gotta go back, hold on. Ryan Wesley says, I was young at the time, but didn't the line used to go underground? You're correct, Ryan Wesley. Very, very, very good memory. I was just talking about it with Rob's Mad World as we were outside previously coming into the Satuli Canteen here. So you're correct. When they built rocket rods for the new Tomorrowland, they actually dug a tunnel underneath, as Rocket Tower Plaza in Tomorrowland at the Magic Kingdom was very similar over at Disneyland. So the tunnel actually went under their Rocket Tower Plaza, if you will. And then there was a set of staircases that traversed up into the upper level, or the station for the rocket rods. And Disney cast crew member Monique says, "Hi, Bobart." Rob's Mad World says, "I believe probably the song was Born to be Wild while waiting on repeat." Yeah, I think you're right, Rob's Mad World. And Debbie Bernfeld says, "Hello, my dear at Scoot Adventures." Rob's Mad World says, "Song." Yep, there you go. Alyssa Steinberg, welcome back, Alyssa Steinberg. Nice to have you back. Hello at Debbie Bernfeld. And Disney cast crew member Monique says, "Hey, Alyssa." Debbie Bernfeld says, "Hello, my dear Alyssa Steinberg." And Scoot Adventure says, "Hi, Monique. I've been in and out of the stream at work." So yeah, Scoot pops in often. Just pausing there for a moment so the guests carrying the food, I didn't run into them. That would be bad news. So let's head out the exit, because a lot of people are looking at me very strange in here, walking around with no food or beverage. Okay, back outside, back into Pandora. I'm debating on whether we should go back to Africa because, you know, we took a beeline out of there. I'm just looking at the time now. I want to say there's a Lion King show, and the last one's at, I could be mistaken, but I want to say the last one's in probably like, I don't know, 13 minutes. But we could go check it out. Anybody know more about show times for the Lion King show? If it is, we should go check it out. I think I have fuel rods. We could make it through the show. Disney cast crew member Monique says, cool. So we'll take another quick shot here of the floating mountains as we approach this corner, and we're gonna go down the pathway back to Africa. Oh, another Wilderness Explorer location. I have one of those books. Scooter Adventure says, hello, Debbie. So, the nice cast member, Alexandra, gave us the Wilderness Explorer book. I've been carrying it in my pocket now, page 18. Oh, major wind gust. We got branches falling on me. Not like giant branches, but small, you know, small sticks. Page 18, I got the sticker. Oh, I only have one hand. This makes for good live production, John. Jeez. I'm trying to do my best to get back to page 18 so we can see the sticker, because I planned on showing it to you. There it is. That's the sticker I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So let me get a better grasp on it. It says tracking badge. Learn to track animals at the Savannah Overlook on Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. Wilderness explorers are always observant when following animals in the wild. Learning to read the natural signs that an animal leaves behind is a great way to track and study a creature as it moves through its environment. Study the different ways an animal can be tracked in the wild. And they go on to say about the requirements with the animal tracks, scratch, tree trunk, fur. So, oh, squirrel, we got a squirrel. Literally, squirrel. And let me check the chat here. I feel like I'm all over the road. Let me get back on track. Zippity-doo-dug, I'll say it better. Zippity-doo-dug, zippity-yay. Back in the chat. Hello at Debbie Burnfield. Zippity-doo-dug says, hello at Fun to Be Free. Welcome back, Zippity-doo-dug. Hey, Zippity-doo-dug, I saw your bumper last night on Pete's show. Pete McDev It. There you go, Tiki Man fan. So, Zippity-doo-dug, I saw your bumper. And Disney cast crew member Monique says, Festival of Lion King, yes, at 5 o'clock. Well, thank you so much for confirming that, Disney cast crew member Monique. Let me check my camera levels. And I just want to share a quick observation. So, I'll pause here. So, when they built Pandora, they just, added this walkway, if you will. It always feels very awkward to me, because essentially they pushed in the waterway. So they reclaimed, a portion of the river to put this walkway in. And the elevation, I'm sure, meets Reedy Creek code, but you can see it actually slopes up pretty good. It may be a little hard to see on camera, but look at the elevation that you go up to, way up there. Let me pull back and check the chat again. Oh, and Kevin Cook. I do believe Kevin Cook is a new subscriber to Fun to Be Free. Nice to meet you, Kevin Cook. I am John with Fun to Be Free. And since you're a new subscriber, let me pop this up for anybody else in the chat. But Kevin Cook says, yes to Lion King. So Kevin Cook, we're planning on going over to, of course, the Festival of the Lion King at 5 o'clock in about, hello there, about 9 minutes. 9 minutes. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell. Disney cast crew member Monique says, hi, Kevin. And Debbie Burnfield says, first of all, I should say, welcome back, Debbie Burnfield. You were here earlier, I believe, but welcome back now. Hello, my dear Doug at Zippity-Doo-Dug. How's your mama? Good. Prayers and hugs to you and your family. Likewise, Zippity-Doo-Dug. Disney cast crew member Monique says, hey, Doug. And Debbie Burnfield says, hello, my dear Kevin Cook. All right. As I'm approaching the Festival of Lion King show, I just wanted to mention these restrooms here. I'm not going to go inside. Don't worry, I'm not going to go inside. But of course, these are newer restrooms that came with the area, or for Club 33, located over in this direction. But I want to mention these restrooms are quite interesting, and I'll say if you know, you know. And of course, like right now, there's nobody in town, nobody in the area, nobody in this part of Africa. So always pro tip to go and use these restrooms, you know, in the later evening hours here when Animal Kingdom does close. But I'm taking a drink of water. Hold on a second. So I'm going to point the camera back at these restrooms. I really like all the details that the Walt Disney Imagineers have implemented here in just this restroom block. Even the signage, look, please enjoy our beautiful restrooms, clean. Why, don't mind if I do, but I'll come back later. We're live streaming right now. There is the river, the tributary, the waterway below. But just up ahead and off to our left-hand side is the Festival of the Lion King, located in the Harambe Theater here in Africa. And TT, welcome back, TT. Nice to have you back. TT says, hi, John. Great to see you. It's great to be back, TT. Live streaming from Disney's Animal Kingdom today. And Alyssa Steinberg says, hello at Doug at Zippity Doo. Okay, I just want to mention, over to the left-hand side, standby entrance. And on the opposite side, lightning lane. But it appears there's nobody here and there's essentially no lightning lane return. So at this point, let's join the queue. Well, hello there. Thank you for making the magic. Nice to see you. I'm sure everybody in the, I'm sorry I didn't catch.
Have a wild day.
Oh, thank you so much. Disney's Animal Kingdom tagline that you hear the first time when you come through the tolls. Have a wild time.
I know what I'm doing.
I love the cast members here at the Walt Disney World Resort. So outgoing and friendly. And Disney cast crew member Monique says, to every newbie who come aboard this stream, welcome, welcome one and all. Keep bopping the likes. And if new, please do subscribe. Thanks so much there. Free to do so. You are correct, Disney cast member Monique. Thank you for rallying. Thank you for cheerleading. And because you said that, John at Fun to Be Free is going to ask, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the notification bell. In just a few moments, we're going to enter the theater. Do we have room for one? Room for one? Okay, excellent. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making the magic.
You can follow Josh.
Okay.
You can pick any of these.
Okay.
Slide on them.
Thank you, Josh.
Of course.
Okay, we're going to go towards the back so we don't disturb everybody. And I'm going to get a quick overall shot of what we're dealing with here at the Festival of the Lion King. And for reference, the tech booth, T-E-C-H, tech booth, is located directly behind us. So I'm gonna grab a seat, I'm gonna sit down, and I'll probably check the chat, then pipe down so we can enjoy the Festival of Lion King. We're about 5 minutes out. I'm actually gonna take the Wilderness Explorer manual out of my pocket here.
Sorry, baby.
All right. Let me zoom it out. And TT says, hi, Disney cast crew and Debbie, Disney cast crew member Monique says, you're lucky. Oh, I'm lucky. Yes, I am, Monique. I'm going to experience this amazing world-class attraction. And real quick for reference, so these units, when I say units, the actual floats, the parade floats, they're the actual parade floats from Disneyland, from the Lion King parade. But I'm sure everybody in the chat knows that as well. So you're actually going to see multiple Lion King themed parade float units come out from various locations around this theater in the round And so this guy, John at Fun to Be Free, actually worked guest control for the Lion King parade at Disneyland back in Anaheim, California at the Disneyland Resort. But like I said, I'm gonna pipe down so we can try to enjoy the chanting over here. We're just about 3 minutes out from the show, so the cast members rile them up. Disney cast crew member Monique says, "Ooh, wow, now I believe you." So this guy's worked a lot of parades at the Disneyland Resort, where I actually drove the parade units and also worked guest control as well. So pretty much every parade from Lion King all the way up until 2018, this guy worked at the Disneyland Resort in Anaheim, California.
Explorers and adventurers, welcome to the Harambe Theater for the Festival of the Lion King. Please be aware that flash photography and videotaping are allowed during the show. However, for the safety of our performers, we ask that you turn off all external lighting on your video camera, cell phone, or other electronic device. Once the show begins, this entire theater will be filled with our performers. If you need to leave for any reason for the end of the show, please see one of our cast members for assistance. Our show will begin in just a few minutes. Thank you. And now, we proudly present the Festival of the Lion King. Greetings, everyone. Amari, welcome. We have been expecting you. We are here today to welcome you one and all to the Festival of the Lion King. In the sleigh, we welcome you, welcome. We are a band of singers who traveled with Simba and his friends throughout the land with this celebration. Time for introductions. My name is Kiyume, and I am the leader of our group. Kiyume is Swahili for masculine and strong. What do you think? Next we have Nakawa, which is Swahili for good looking. Mrs. Kabibi.
Means impatient.
It's me means princess.
And finally, we have Swahili.
Which is Swahili for? The gift. The gift. The gift. And if you want to stay good looking, you best back up the attitude, mister. Besides, well, you think I'm the gift, don't you, honey? Yes, what is your name?
Francisco.
Francisco. Well, I think that's Swahili for my new best friend.
Hey everyone, Simba and the gang will be arriving any minute now. We want them to feel welcome when they get here, so we're going to need your help.
And since this is the animal kingdom and we're surrounded by animals, and Simba and the gang are animals, we should greet them like
Animals! So, for our Beastly Pep Rally, each of us will help lead one of the 4 animal sections. Let's see, I'll take the elephant.
I'll take giraffe.
I'll take the lion.
You are in luck, Kevin Cook. Live entertainment.
The warthog. Francisco, you're gonna help me tame this warthog section, aren't you? Yes. All right, gang, listen up. My friend Francisco here is going to help demonstrate the sound that we as fellow warthogs will make. Come over here, sweetheart. Yes. So put your fingers by your face to be your tusks. Yeah. And make a snorty warthog sound. Francisco! Do you need a tissue, honey? All right, stay with me. Warthogs, get on those tusks. On the count of 3, let me hear what you can do. 1, 2, 3. Wow, that was the most disgusting sound I've ever heard. I love it. Here we go, lions. Now it's our turn. I have my friends Colin and Correa. Carter. Boom, Carter. And they are going to show us their best lion impression. Let's see your paws up, boys. And let's hear those roars. Roar! Ooh, yeah! Ferocious! And worth the wait. Now stick with me. Let's watch our lions. You all get the idea. Paws up. And on the count of 3, let's hear that roar. 1, 2, 3. Now that's a lion.
Time for the elephants. This is James from Nashville, and James is our leader. All right, James, arm in the air. Let's see the trunk. Now, let's hear the call. James, that was an elephant we will never forget. Very well, everyone, trunks up. And on the count of 3, let's trumpet triumphant. 1, 2, 3. The mighty pachyderm.
Okay, my turn. I'm next. Everyone, this is Bryce and Keenan from Texas, and they're gonna show us what a giraffe sounds like. Okay, giraffe, go. You don't know what a giraffe sounds like? That's okay, because I didn't either. So, I looked it up, and they make a low bleating noise, kind of like a sheep. Okay, giraffe, go. Bah. We'll take it! Alright, giraffe, arms up. And bleat. And there you have giraffes.
Very well then. Now that you know your animal sounds, I think we're all set. Watch us, we'll make sure you're cued and ready to go.
Hey everyone, I think I hear them coming.
Wonderful, right on time. On the count of 3, let's use those sounds to call them in. All together now. 1, 2, 3! Everyone, listen.
cartoons just in. The Lion King.
Welcome, everyone. It's me, Simba. You've all picked a very special day to visit. You see, today, we've come to town for a big celebration. And you, my friends, are invited to join in the fun.
Come on, everybody, get ready to clap your paws, stomp your hooves, and ruffle your feathers as we welcome you to the Festival of the Lion King. Let the procession begin. I just can't wait to be here.
Hiya, folks. How you doing? Don't worry, you're all funny Timothy's here. The show can begin. Hey, what are you doing? Slow down, slow down. I'm supposed to be center stage. Who's driving this thing?
Timon, glad you could make it. We can't have this celebration without you. Don't worry, folks. You'll get your time in the spotlight.
Oh, I just can't wait to be here. Yeah, yeah. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Poopa!
Look at me. I'm in a parade.
And you're looking good. Love you, Poopa.
What are you?
There he is, the mighty packager. Let me hear you, trumpet triumphant.
Hi, everybody. Hey, Pumbaa, Timon.
Hey, everyone, look, it's the Lion King. Welcome, Simba, your way on time.
Hey, guys. It looks like we're all here. Let's go!
Let every creature go from rock and sing.
Let's sing.
Let's hear it in the herd and on the wing. It's gonna be King Simba's fire. Simba's fire swing. I just can't wait.
Come on, everybody.
All together now,
Here I come. Big star coming through. Big cat on a mission here. It's showtime. All right, now move aside. That's enough. Let's settle down. For the last time, I want quiet. Thank you. Maestro, if you please. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata.
Ain't no passing craze.
Hey, Popo, what are you doing over there? My little legs can't make it down off this float. Oh, gee, that's too bad. Guess I gotta do a solo. Hakuna Matata. What's going on here? What are you doing? Well, For my next number, I'm gonna put on a gray suit and do the hula. Hey, what do you want these doing? Why are you backing up? We're about to do a snappy songs of the South Seas medley. Emma, back here, we're not. At least another 3. So take you. Now just put on this stuff back and wait. Hey, Maestro, what's with that music?
I was really sure I was going as a wolf outside. But because you all pay attention, my words are up to the wrong. It's clear from your latest exertion. The lights are not on the same. But with your games and successions, you have become unaware. Be prepared for sensational news. It's entering and very feature to feature. Sounds soothing, but to be older when I stand with an eye and they just listening is sensation. The century, be prepared for the darkest down. Meticulous planning, simply planning, the case of denial is simply why I'm leading on the spirit of respect and salute and see the walking out. The aspiration and ambitions on there. It's all big and the show's
time to kick off our celebration finale.
Sounds great, Simba.
Let's have a party.
Come on, everybody.
Sing along.
Even there's more than the lion sleeping tonight. What kind of sing-along do you call that?
Darling, I don't know about your warthogs, but my giraffes were right on cue.
And my elephants didn't seem to have a problem.
I think we're being challenged, so I'll tell you what. Our lions and warthogs against your giraffes and elephants. Your sections do the leapaways and we'll do the hard part.
And that part would be...
Kabini, observe.
That's right. All of our lions and warthogs will sing the high part.
And all our giraffes and elephants will sing the Weemaway.
Who will sing the melody?
Step aside, out of the way, professional artiste coming through. Me, 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 me. Excuse me, my human friends. I guess that leaves me to sing the melody. So, if you're finished with all the talking, can we start already?
All right. All right, Simone. Let's take it from the top.
Thank you. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the quiet jungle, the lion sleeps tonight.
So what do you say? Who won?
I think it's pretty clear the giraffes and the elephants won.
Hold on there a minute. It's pretty clear, all right. Pretty clear the lion and the warthog won.
You know what I think?
What?
I think it's time to finish the song. Hush, my darling, don't fear, my darling, the lion sleeps tonight.
I said, hush, my darling, the lion sleeps tonight.
Yes, yeah. Ridiculous man, yes, it's fine. You take the measure, it's simply why I think of this beauty. Respected beauty, and see the wonder I am. But then this true moment, be better. Come on, let me go the road and see. Let me let on the way. It's gonna be a super The song to spirit home, such a place on the Thank you for joining us for this performance of the Festival of the Lion King. As you exit the theater, we ask that you go all the way to the end of your row and exit down the stairs. For your safety, we ask that you do not walk on the bleachers to exit. Again, please go all the way to the end of your row and use the stairs to exit the theater. For your safety, do not walk on the bleachers. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your adventure here at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Hakuna Matata, Hakuna Matata. Ah, that is such a good show. Everybody in the chat, that was a real special treat. I'm glad we made it over here for the 5 o'clock showing of the Festival Lion King show here in Africa at Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park. I'm looking at the clock. It's 5:34. This park is only open until 6 p.m. Eastern. So not too much longer to go. I'm gonna check the chat. Hold on a second. In the meantime, enjoy some ambiance of all the exit traffic, and it looks like we're gonna have weather here. Like when I came in, it didn't look like this. I gotta go back in the chat. There's so many chats, I don't know. I gotta just start somewhere and go through it. So the last chat I remember was Kevin Cook. I believe Kevin Cook is a new subscriber to Fun to Be Free. Thank you for subscribing, Kevin Cook. He says live entertainment. He must love the live entertainment here at the Walt Disney World Resort. Debbie Burnfield says, I love this show. I hope to see it live one day. I sure hope you do, Debbie Burnfield. Tiki Man Fan says, no worries at Scooter Adventures. Tiki Man Fan also says, it's definitely impressive compared to all I've seen. Well, I think I'm gonna float my boat on this one, Tiki Man Fan. I believe what you're referring to is the streaming video quality coming from John at Fun to Be Free. If so, thank you so much. That's an excellent compliment, Tiki Man Fan. Tiki Man fan also says, hi at Alyssa Steinberg and Zippity Doo Doug. Now I'm just pausing here. Hold on, let me go around. We got Bubbles in the area. I'm gonna walk over here because, you know, all the unload, all the exit traffic comes and gets the strollers and mobility devices over here. Let me walk in here. We got Bubbles. Look at how cool this is with the bubbles and the landscaping. Bubbles. Of course I have, oh, Bubbles, more Bubbles. So this whole area is just completely filled with strollers. But Captain Mickey Mouse says, is finding the musical still have shows today? John would love to see it here if possible. I think the last show, Captain Mickey Mouse, was like 4:30 or something like that. Darkwing Duck says, hi Timon. And Darkwing Duck says, LOL. Darkwing Duck says, hi Monique. Aurora says, hi Monique. Disney cast crew member Monique says, hey DJ and Aurora. DJ Night or Darkwing Duck says, giving Monique popcorn with emoji icon of popcorn. Scoot Adventures also says, hi DJ and Aurora. Disney cast crew member Monique says, yummy. Darkwing Duck says, Jerry Ryan. Akuna Matata. Disney cast crew member Monique says, means no worries for the rest of your days. And Darkwing Duck says, just pleasure and fun for the women. Captain Mickey Mouse comes back and says, John, don't worry about seeing Finding Nemo, the big blue beyond. It's all done today. Last show was at 4:30 p.m. So that's another time, another video for another day, another live stream, Captain Mickey Mouse. It just gives us a good excuse to come back to Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park. Darkwing Duck says, LOL, and also including Monique, hugs Monique. Disney cast crew member Monique, aw, and Debbie Burnfield says, hello, my dear Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck says, hi Debbie, and Captain Mickey Mouse says, could we see Vaxo the baby tiger? Oh boy, I don't know if it's still open, Captain Mickey Mouse. I speculate that's closed right now because we're approaching the actual, 6 o'clock. We're getting real close to the park closed now. So that was a very, very, very special moment to experience the Festival of Lion King. It always puts me in a good mood. I always enjoyed the Lion King parade at the Disneyland Resort, but that show is above and beyond and exceeds all expectations for me. That is such an amazing show. Oh, we got the band packing up here. It looks like we're gonna have weather. Maybe I should turn around. I'm actually gonna head to the main gate, the exit. The wind gust is really picked up here. So I'm expecting it to actually start raining here shortly. I'm actually gonna head for cover since we don't have much time left in the park. Let me do this. Okay, so if you're just joining us, today's video topic was about Disney is essentially fast tracking. They're expediting, of course, closing. It's tough to be a bug, and in the process of converting it with construction walls into Zootopia, better Zoogether. I can barely say that, barely get that out. But if you're new to the channel, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Look at what's coming. We got weather coming. Probably very shortly here it's going to start raining. So I'm actually walking a little faster now to the main gate, to the exit. But let me get back on track. So if you're just joining us, once the live stream concludes, start the video over and we'll talk about all the details that Disney is essentially expediting the construction timeline and schedule to bring in the new Zootopia 3D attraction to the Tree of Life Theater located in Discovery Island here. And in, about 200 yards or so, we're gonna walk past the Tree of Life and we'll get one last departing shot before we actually walk out the exit here. But let me check the chat again. Captain Mickey Mouse says, hey John, loved watching you last night on Pete's show. Well, thank you for joining me, Captain Mickey Mouse. And Rob's Mad World says, you're the best, John. See you tomorrow, everyone. Well, thank you for the nice compliment, Rob's Mad World. While we're in the area, I do want to get a drink of water at my favorite drinking fountain here at Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park. Hold on just a second. I'll turn the camera behind me so you can enjoy some views of not, just the wall while I get a drink of water. Okay, we are approaching the Tree of Life. We'll just go around the corner and we'll take the last departing shot. I'm walking past Pete's Safari a quick service dining establishment here in Discovery Island. I actually went inside earlier to make the socials, meaning I did, the quick little video and the quick little image, the picture that I post on the social media like Instagram and TikTok as well. The point of the story is it was quite crowded in there when I was actually doing it at about 1:30 p.m. this afternoon. But it seems like it really clears out very quickly after 2 o'clock at Pizza Safari and closes early. But Captain Mickey Mouse says, what's the topic for tomorrow? Do we know yet, John, yet? I don't know yet. I was hoping we'd get back to Magic Kingdom, Captain Mickey Mouse. We'll see though, like I keep saying. I'll check what all the hubbub is on all the social media, but I personally want to get back to the Magic Kingdom. So I'm attempting to, fit that into the schedule, but we'll see. You never know. I may check the socials and there might be something special that happen and we may end up somewhere else. I don't know yet. Captain Mickey Mouse. Stay tuned. But we'll go live at 2 o'clock tomorrow. And like I said, we are here in the shadows of the Tree of Life with today's topic that they closed. It's tough to be a bug this last Sunday, and they're of course under construction right now. Walt Disney Imagineers are converting it into the Zootopia 3D attraction. But I'm gonna pull back and we'll head the camera over here. And you can see various tour groups, families, and other small groups of people all taking their photos in this area. It seems like all the pedestrian traffic, it tends to be heading out the gate because it's, like I keep saying, we're getting to park close here and we got weather coming. Captain Mickey Mouse says, to do the Cars talk that got canceled last week. Oh, we'll see, Captain Mickey Mouse. We'll see. I don't want to make any promises because, like I said, there might be some very interesting news that happens. We'll see. Stay tuned. Even this guy, John at Fun to Be Free, doesn't know what we're going to do tomorrow yet. I generally pick the topic after I end the live stream and it's already raining. Okay, let's start expediting. Now I want to get out to the car with no rain on my camera rig. So let's do the outro. So we're coming up to the bridge and we'll take a quick look down below at the waterway, the river, the tributary, as we start entering Oasis. So in just a few moments we are going to enter the Oasis. Let me check the chat. Captain Mickey Mouse says, so does Disney have two Imagineer group here at Animal Kingdom because of Encanto Land and Zootopia now? I don't know the answer, Captain Mickey Mouse, but anybody in the chat know the answer to that? I don't know. Oh, well, hello there. John with Fun to Be Free. I just wanted to say thank you for joining us today on the live stream from Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park. I'm a little frantic. I'm trying to head out to the car. I don't want to get the cameras wet. But at any rate, I wanted to mention, once the live stream concludes in a few moments here, if you missed it, go back, start the video over. Today's video topic was simply about they're converting. Watch out, we got Junior Explorers in the walkway. They're converting the actual show in the Tree of Life Theater from It's Tough to Be a Bug that closed last Sunday into the new Zootopia attraction. And we go over all the details. So we're going to sign off in just a few moments. But thank you to all my new subscribers. I hope you enjoyed the Festival of the Lion King show. It was a special moment for me as well. Like I said before, I used to work at Disneyland and I actually worked the parade, the Lion King parade, with those exact same units, those exact same parade floats. So it's very interesting how things work out here at the Walt Disney World Resort. Things that I used to work on, in and through and around, all made their way here as well. But thanks again for watching, and I don't know where we're going tomorrow. I'm checking out, the weather as I look up ahead here. But thanks again. Bye-bye. Tomorrow we'll go live at 2 o'clock from somewhere, maybe the Magic Kingdom. Bye-bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.